So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again, and we have got a lot to get through. Marcus Rashford linked to the club. Yay. He can fix him. He can fix him. Top Gooners all having a meltdown online, and another shit show at the Emirates. And yeah, we better beat Palace on Wednesday, put it that way. But Jez, happy Monday, mate. How are you? Sorry about the 3-hour delay at the weekend as well. I was on one, mate, so apologies.
Don't worry. I was getting earache, mate. I was getting earache. Serious earache, and it was getting on my tits because I said, "Look, I'll be there. I'm there." You know what I mean? And anyway, that's another story. But yeah, another shit show, mate. Disgraceful. You know, just shows where we're going. Nowhere. And once again, tinkering with the team. I don't understand what he's doing. I have no idea. And I think there's a lot of people thinking the same thing. I know you guys are. Talked about it yesterday with Matty. Great show, Matty, yesterday afternoon, by the way. And it's just pathetic. We're going to see on Wednesday night, yeah, what we're about in this. Palace did well. Did good result. You know what I mean? The classic Eagles against the Seagulls get the win, and we've got them at the Emirates, and then we got them on Saturday. So let's just see what we're about, boys, and whether we can get it over the line. Be interesting, but yeah, looking forward to the show, man.
Yeah, man. Matty, we were sat there bored on the watch along, just laughing. Really, it was embarrassing, wasn't it, mate? How's your Monday going?
Monday's going well. This Saturday didn't go well at all. I mean, it was another case of Arteta being out-coached by Sean Dyche. This manager's just he's really not getting anything. He's not going anywhere with these players. You got players regressing across the board. Morale is down. Energy is down on the pitch. Fans are starting to, bust up again. It all feels like we're back 5 years ago when we were dealing with Wenger. This manager has no clue what he's doing. And Wednesday night, we're going to have a really, really, really good look at this manager. And I'm in the boat. I was working out this morning, gentlemen, and I was thinking to myself, I was sitting there, and I said, I don't give a damn if he win the Carabao Cup. He still need to go. He can win the Carabao Cup. He can win anything. He needs to go. This manager is taking this team backwards. He's had too much money, too much time. And we're still seeing the same thing that we've seen year in and year out. I'm over it now. I'm over it now.
Yeah, Kenny, you left your house, braved the weather because it weren't very warm, and the booze at the end. Booze at the end is the worm turning. Kenny, how's your Monday going?
I'm going to take myself from mute, but one thing we've learned over the weekend is the truth is all to bear. I'll start with. You got absolutely roasted on Dan's channel because you raised concerns about Odegaard's utility to the team. Well, once again, Odegaard, with half an hour to go in a football match that we're trying to win, was taken off for tactical reasons. Declan Rice, the truth about Declan Rice and whether he's the man at number 6, who's whether the man for this team, was shown again. Declan Rice asked to come off, by the way. But the Declan Rice myth has now been proved to what it always has been, a myth. West Ham fans must be laughing at the amount of money we spent. They must be laughing at us and about how we bigged up the player. The fact that we spent £105 million on the player, only to find out the guy that he was meant to be an upgrade on is better than him and always was better than him. Who knew? And then we got Kai Havertz, another player we're trying to fit into this team, and that without any service, he produces nothing. He was so bad that our manager had to put him back into the midfield. Who knew? And then Martinelli, the Martinelli lovers out there who won't accept a bad one against Martinelli, they will be saying, if we get Mourinho in the team, it will bring out the best in Martinelli. Mourinho at number 8. I mean, one friend of mine said to me, if he wasn't left-footed, would we be raving about him? And then there comes to the manager. The truth is also bad that maybe, just maybe, this guy has done a fantastic job in trying to get us into the position of challenging for titles. I use that term loosely. And getting us in the top 4, that maybe he's reached his ceiling. So we saw a lot of truth bombs. And the reason why we're seeing these truth bombs and why people are admitting it is because they now know that even if City capitulate, that we haven't got over the fact that we blew the title in 2 years and we're not as good as we think we are. And that is the biggest blow to a lot of the Arteta lovers. And I'm here for it. I'm here for you guys. If you need any counselling, any one-to-one, sessions, I'm free. I'm free.
Just very quickly on Mikel Merino. The only reason we bought him is his name's Mikel, mate. That's it. His name's Mikel. It's the only reason we bought him. We've been absolutely fleeced with him, by the way. 38 million euros. He had 1 year left on his contract. Giving him 130 grand a week.
Lee, we've been. I'm going to say it here because I'm not scared of a lot of people in the fan base. You don't frighten me. Declan Rice and Kai Havertz have been the biggest waste of money ever. They haven't made us any better. They haven't improved us. In fact, on the evidence of Saturday in the last few games, they've actually taken us backwards. Here I said it.
170 million. 170 million. Mad, isn't it? We could have got Caicedo and Lavia for that and had change.
Yeah.
We could have actually bought a proper striker and a midfielder and still had change.
Yeah.
It's actually a joke, mate. The amount of money this guy's wasted is insane. Yeah, it's an absolute joke when you think about it. And the thing is, I'm seeing people all laughing at Man City. Yeah, well, Man City are only a few points behind us.
And isn't that the shocking thing about it, Lee, is that bad as they've been in relegation form. Not that I'm not saying they're going to get relegated. I'm just saying based off the 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10, whatever it is. They are in the pits. So if they're in the pits and they're only 3 points behind us, what are we?
Yeah. Phase 5, mate. Yeah, Man City are 3 points behind us. They've lost 5 games already. That's the same amount as they lost all last season, by the way, Man City. They've won the same amount of games as Arsenal. That's actually mad. We've actually drawn more. In fact, we've dropped points in half our games this season. 6 draws, 2 losses.
People are going on this morning.
If we had drawn Fulham, hadn't drawn Everton, with some of the results at the weekend, like Liverpool going in our favour, in recent weeks, it'd be a totally different situation. We could be sitting there looking at Man City thinking, oh, right, we're actually now 6 points ahead of you, right? We got a bit of a breathing window, although, top gooners out there, you can't beat Man City. Obviously you can. Man United did it yesterday. I watched that game. It wasn't the greatest game, but big up to Man United. Well done. Yeah, beating them at the Etihad. They can do it. Why can't we do it? And I would say we've got a better team, personally. We just got a shit manager that.
Let's not forget, Jez. Sorry to cut in. Spurs walloped them 4-0.
Yeah.
Fucking hammered them 4-0 with Spurs.
Yeah. And what did Spurs do yesterday? Beat Southampton 5-0. Southampton sacked their manager. I mean, right, okay, I know Southampton are pretty crap. But, we could be sitting here now. Yeah, if we'd won against Fulham, won against Everton, which we should have done, let's put it right. We should be beating those teams. We'd be sitting there thinking, we're in a shout here, boys. We're in a shout. But no, this manager has done it again. And I had somebody try to explain to me why he's not playing Kieran Tierney. Well, I don't need the bullshit excuses, boys. The reason he doesn't play him, he don't want him.
Yeah.
You don't want him.
They're trying to get rid of him. So if they play him and he gets injured, he's staying through January, isn't he?
Well, but you're trying to shoehorn in players that aren't the levels that we need. We have a proper left back who can play and link up with Martinelli. He's done it in the past. absolutely done it in the past, right? But the one thing I will say, criticism, you know, I'm not going to keep going on about the fact he put in Partey at right back. Why? What was the point of that? Didn't do anything. Yeah, best midfielder we've got, in my opinion. The one thing I will have to say, and it's a player I've really always bigged up, right? Martinelli right now. Everything slows down when he gets the ball. Down that left flank, it just goes slow, slow, slow. Right. And I'm sorry, I've been watching this now for what, probably a month. Not just in that game at the weekend, but Fulham against Monaco. Right. It's slow. And that gives the team, like Everton, I mean, dear God Almighty, Ashley Young, 39 years of age, and he pocketed him. He can't outrun or outfox a 39-year-old. That says to me there is something massively, massively wrong there. And I've said it a million times. I'm going to say it one more time. This manager has never improved any of our young players. And I can see it going exactly the same way with Ethan and Lewis Skelly.
Why did he come off, by the way? 2 games in a row we've subbed him off. Why? It weren't like they were fucking attacking, was it?
Well, they're saying he had a baby and that he's not getting much sleep.
Who? No, I'm not the captain. I'm talking about Skelly and Ethan. No, sorry, it's Lewis Skelly. The last 2 games has come off the pitch. He's been subbed. Why? That game at the weekend, Everton weren't even trying to score a goal. Yes. Why did we need to bring Thomas Partey on and put him at right back? Why didn't we put Partey in midfield and take off that donkey up front and put Martinelli up front?
You know, there's a bigger question there, and we're going to get to this because in one of the fan cams on one of the other channels, the Disney Channel, someone said that Ranieri should take his part of the blame.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. Yeah, I heard that yesterday.
So he said that Ranieri should take his part of the blame. But everyone knows, who anything knows about football, that Odegaard plays his best football when he's got the best, one of the best number 6s in Europe.
Sorry, he also plays his best football when it's exactly 15 degrees. The grass is cut to the exact same length all the way around.
Let's play along. Let's play along, right? He took off all the midfielders. He took off Mourinho, hurts, puts his boots on, hurts nobody. Declan Rice runs. Doesn't hurt, but runs into a brick wall. Yeah, that's about right. Brings on Jorginho, couldn't run to save his life. But you would have thought that if you're bringing on Ethan Ranieri half an hour ago, you'll put Partey alongside him in order to stop him coming deep for the ball. You're actually helping him. But by putting Thomas Partey in the right back, you're killing Ethan, because you're telling Ethan for half an hour to run through a brick wall and run into no space. I mean, that is a dereliction of duty as a manager. That is a tactical mistake. That is tactical ineptitude. I don't understand. Mikel surely should have learned something, that Martin Odegaard played his best football when he's alongside Thomas Partey. Yeah, but behold, Thomas Partey needs to be at right back. Why does he need to be right back? I don't understand it. Ndiaye was tracking back and trying to block the runs of Bukayo Saka. Ndiaye had no ambition whatsoever to hit us on a counter-attack. You should have played Thomas Partey if you're trying to win the game. When, by the way, Liverpool 2-1 down, by the way. By the way, obviously, it was 1-1, but obviously during that period, Liverpool were 2-1 down during that period when Ethan was struggling. You would have thought, our manager would have thought, right, let's get the boss into midfield and get Ethan into goal scoring positions where he can be nearer Saka. Tactical mistake. Yeah, but Mikel Arteta is meant to be one of the best coaches in Europe. The thing with Mikel is Mikel looks $1 million when things go right for him. He's forever taking the credit, and that wretched little man, Nicolas Jova, takes a lot of credit because the set pieces work. But apart from that, when it goes wrong, No accountability from Mikel. No accountability from that.
Facts.
From Nick Glover. Nothing.
Yeah, it's no accountability. And this is the point, yeah. Right. And we were saying this, but I was saying this to you backstage. Yeah, this fan base are an absolute fucking disgrace. I don't care. I'll call them out every day. They ain't going to do nothing apart from cry about me on the internet. Yeah, let's just be real with it. Yeah, they've made Troops and Lee Judges public enemy number 1 and 2 this weekend because their manager couldn't beat Everton. Yeah, after he couldn't beat Fulham. Oh, ban them. Oh, they shouldn't be allowed at the ground. Well, some of you fuckers go. So why don't you go and tell them to their face? Real talk. Yeah, there's always a diversion tactic. Every single time we do a shit show and then back-to-back shit shows, 3 in a row shit shows, it's pointing the finger at someone else. As soon as we win 3 in a row, oh, super duper Mick, you're toxic, you're negative. Yeah, look at what he's doing. He's the best young manager in Europe. Yeah, Vanguard. Do you know what I mean? But hey, it's a joke. We see this all the time when we're doing the lives there on the watch-alongs. If we just about win a game, yeah, the chat fills up with idiots.
Have y'all noticed something, Lee and Jez? Have you noticed if you go back and go look at our fan counts for the last month, the last month, go back, it's quiet over there. It's much more quiet than what it was last year. Last year was a lot of shit talking in the comment section.
Yeah,
that comment section is dried up now. I told y'all at the beginning of the season that we wasn't doing nothing under this manager. I told you all for the first 4 weeks, this team was not prepared for the season.
Yep.
People keep going on about the January transfer window. Newsflash. One transfer window in January ain't fixing this crap. Ain't fixing it. You can go transfer Jesus Christ himself. He ain't fixing this. What we got going on at this football club right now. This football club is destitute. This football team is done. This manager is done. This ownership is done. All the way from top to bottom. The only thing this football club was concerned about this weekend, Lee and panel, was selling that god awful varsity jacket that we saw on Saturday. They don't care anything about success. They don't care anything about it. I'm convinced. Only a fool will give another fool 800 million pounds and have him go out to go buy players and then give him some more money in January when he can't even get what he already spent. Right. Cut the spigot off. It's time to just blow it all up, start over, because it's getting worse. It's getting worse. Kenny was talking about Martinelli. Martinelli's getting worse. He's getting worse. And then you know what the sad part about it, Jez, is that if you take Martinelli off, guess who you bring on? Damn Jesus. And what is he going to do? Absolutely nothing. What is Sterling going to do? Absolutely nothing.
Can't even get a game.
Can't even get a game. Trossard ain't doing nothing. Ain't nobody coming in this team to save this team. There's no savior this year. Havertz ain't doing nothing. Pulling out a tackle. Grown-ass man on the pitch. Grown-ass man pulling out a tackle. 200 and some odd thousand pounds a damn week. $8,000 an hour, whatever it was Lee said he come up to. He out there pulling his leg back on world television for the world to see that you. I had to catch myself. I was going to let go. I had to catch it, Lee. I had to catch it, bro. I was getting ready to let go. that you do not, as Kenny would say, you ain't putting your nuts up on the table. You out there pulling out a tackle. This is the 3rd week in a row that we have sat right here. And I told y'all last Monday, I said this joker here is taking off plays and turned right around and showed everybody on Saturday what he's all about. Get this bum out the football club. It's time to clean this mess up. It's time to it's time to root a lot of this mess out of here, man, because we ain't going nowhere. They told us 3 years ago, they chastised us and said, what are y'all complaining about? We got to get in the Champions League to get world-class players. What, are these the world-class players y'all were talking about? Because I'm telling you now, this ain't cutting it for me. This ain't cutting it. I'm tired of it. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. Kenny, hold on, Kenny. I'm gonna land this plane. I'm coming down the pipe. They sat here. They told us week after week after week we do these watch-alongs, Lee. They come in the chat. They say you in the mud. You this. You that. Old man Jazz. All this stuff. You got. They talk about Kenny. Kenny, you're the following Lee. You turn your back on everybody. They go after Northside. That's Lee's child. They go after Potts. They go after Curtis. They go after truth. They go after anybody who speaks the gospel and speaks the truth. The truth is this manager is inept. He was crap when we got him. Y'all weren't singing them songs for him when he was playing for us. So the minute he started coming in here as the manager, y'all want to make up songs about stuff, and then y'all want to try to overcompensate for his ineptitude. Look at him on the sideline with his orthopedic shoes on. Look at him on the sideline with looking all unshaven and unclean and looking like he's stressed out. This job is taking a toll on him. You know why it's taking a toll, Lee Gunner? Because he's living a lie. Every day of the week, he's living a lie. And when you live a lie, and when you get out there and you can't figure out what to do with a 17-year-old that you're supposed to be able to coach something into a 17-year-old. You're supposed to be able to tell this man, get this man to the basic fundamentals. We've got grown men that are playing in Champions League matches that cannot throw the ball in on the pitch properly. We've got players running the ball on the byline, running the ball out of bounds. Odegaard standing in front of goal on Saturday, right in front of goal, just as well. I'm right in front of his computer monitor. He's shanking the ball wide. Brother, that's all down to sorry ass coaching. I'm sorry, ran over.
No, but you think about it, that you know what? We need to do a standing ovation for that, because the thing is, right, my eyes kind of prickled, because when you talk about Havertz pulling out a challenge, how about we kind of rewind back to yesterday at the Etihad, when Man United, when Diallo had two chances where he intercepted a pass and he was brave enough to round Edison, and then he was brave enough to take the hit from, was it who fouled him? Was it Nunez who fouled him to make it? It was Nunez who made the poor pass in the first half, and then you had the ball from Martinez, where again Diallo, a little guy, only about 5'7", 5'8", against a 6'4" goalkeeper, coming at him, all legs, all arms, ready to take him out. And he was brave enough to round him and score. This guy cost Man United next to nothing. Then you've got this £65 million geezer who's won the Champions League, plays for his national team, and he bottled it against a 6'1" goalkeeper in Pickford. And then one thing that really resonated with what you're saying, when you talked about Martinelli, you talked about, the guy who played left back Timber. Everyone talks about this being a long, long process. The only reason why this is a process is because despite all the money we've made and despite all the progress, we seem to have made, how can we be so foolish to think we can win the league when our left-hand side is average? Have you ever seen Arsenal win a league with an average, with makeshift left-backs? No. Never. Have you ever seen Arsenal win the league when the guy who's an orthodox left-back can't get a game, to the extent that players like Kivior, centre-halves, played before him? Or you've got a situation where you've got Martinelli clearly out of form. I mean, you would have thought Mikel Arteta would have continued with the misgivings that he had when Martinelli was playing well, by trying to get Mudryk, because he thought that Martinelli hit his ceiling. Where's your balls, Mikel? Where's your bloody nuts? Put your nuts on the table and carry on what you started by getting Mudryk two Januaries ago. You knew Martinelli had a ceiling. You knew full well that you needed to upgrade in that area. And what you've done is that you settled for Trossard, a geezer. And let's face it, let's be honest, he ain't fully with you because you don't give him regular games. You only play him inconsistently. He had a run of games when he was doing all right, and then you've gone and brought Martinelli back in the team. So you haven't got, this guy ain't got your back. Why don't you just admit you're wrong, admit that you're careless, and admit that Martinelli isn't the player that you thought he would be, just like you realised it two Januaries ago, and get off your fat ass and go and get that left winger of your choice that can make us better. And then whilst you're at it, get a left back who's a proper left back, can invert the way you want and actually defend. And then make a bloody decision about Calafiore or Gabriel. If you think Calafiore is a better defender than Gabriel, then have the nuts to say so. And if you don't, then stop messing Calafiori around and stop wasting money on Calafiori when we could have used it in other areas. Stop being top heavy with defenders and then we still look subsided. With the amount of money you spent on defenders, we shouldn't have an issue at left back. We shouldn't, but we do. With the amount of money that he was trying to spend on Mudryk, we shouldn't have issues with Martinelli. What is it about Martinelli that you think is going to change? Tell me what you see in training that Martinelli is doing that we're not seeing in the match, because I can't see it.
You know what it is, Kenny? You know what it is? He what he's trying to do, and it ain't working. He's trying to do what he did that year. He when he had Smith Rowe and all them in the team, and they bailed him out. See, he think he's gonna pull that card again, and see that card ain't gonna work anymore. That dog don't hunt anymore. That's over. See, he's had more time with these so-called players that was supposed to be his projects to manifest the best of them, but he can't because he doesn't know how to. How is it that Slot can come in and basically come in and touch it, take just a few pieces and get that team rolling? Maresca, 5-0 yesterday. They go in and excuse me, I'm thinking Spurs, but they played Brentford yesterday and they won with a 2-0, 10 men, 2-1, 10 men, and then they get sorted out. They can go down there and find ways to win with 10 men. By the way, they went with 10 men, and then you look over there.
No, Cucurella got sent off after the game.
It was after the game. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, when did Cucurella get sent off? But they cut it off my end.
Okay. Okay.
He got a second yellow afterwards.
Well, Tim, excuse me. I'll tell you what. I'll do you one better, Lee. 10 men with Liverpool on Saturday. They find a way to get a result with 10 men. We go to Manchester City. We pack it in. Let me tell you, Jazz, I thought about something yesterday after we got off yesterday. You know how many times we played with 10 men up on the Arsene Wenger and still got a result? Do y'all when you sit down and think about it, do y'all realize how many times we did that? And then here this manager is, this joker can't get nothing out of nothing. He is an absolute fraud. This man is I told y'all for years that this man has been just winging it. He has been winging it. He's been living off the nipple of Josh Kroenke and all of them for the longest. And it is time. Edu, now, much as I slight Edu on here and call him a shyster, Edu had the presence of mind to say, you know what? This finna go sideways. Let me get up out of here while I can. Because, see, now, this manager has been revealed for the fool that he is. This manager couldn't coach himself out of a wet paper bag on a Saturday afternoon in Georgia. He's no way this manager should have this job. He should have never had this job from the rip. This manager been sitting here, and then he gets there in the press conference and says all this stupid stuff yesterday. I wish y'all could go back and look at the post-game conference.
Do you know what he said after the game yesterday? Listen to this shit. I'm going to grab the super chats in a sec as well, but listen to this, yeah? 1 sec. Smash these likes up as well. Nearly 1,200 in here, guys. Where are we? Let's go. He said after the game yesterday, I couldn't believe this. I didn't even believe it was true, so let's go and check it. Marks, there it is. Right. He said after the game on Saturday that he doesn't want his players speeding up in attacking because it risks giving the ball away and getting caught on a counter-attack.
Yeah, that's what he said.
His words. Who the fuck's holding him to account in that press conference? They're all sitting there like that. Charlie Boy Watts is looking for another book deal, a sequel. Yeah. It was the Arsenal Revolution. It's now the Arsenal Destruction, mate, and you're part of it. Yeah, sitting there like noshing him off every press conference. Yeah, the press conference he did on Friday was the worst press conference I have ever.
Not one question
about the misfortune. Not one question about the game. Yeah, they sat there and asked him what he had for dinner after the game last season against Everton. I'm not even taking the piss. Yeah, they were asking him what he had for dinner in the club dinner after the game against Everton, final day of the season last season. Let's not forget as well, this manager stood on the pitch after that game and said, demand more. We ain't not happy with this. Well, we're fucking demanding more, mate. Yeah. So all you wankers that want to cry about it, cry to the brick wall, cry to your manager. Yeah, cry to the little mural under the tunnel. Yeah, of the fucking set piece coach. Go and cry to that. He'll listen to you. Yeah, I ain't listening to it anymore. I'm sick to death of it. Fact is, yeah, this guy said after Bayern Munich and again at the weekend, yeah, we need a player that can step up and be magic. Yeah. Well, how about buy some? Yeah, give it to Saka and hope for the best. That was exactly what it was again at the weekend.
He said, who was it? He said was a beast in practice. He said somebody, I can remember who it was. The Jada knew who I'm talking about. I can remember who it was. He said that they're a beast. Might have been Martinelli. He's a beast. No, that was Nketiah. That was Nketiah. He had said he's a beast in practice.
It's jarring. It's so jarring. The amount of
He's
money
a psycho.
Yeah,
He's a psycho.
Let me grab these super chats quick, lads. Big up, Luke. Martinelli is not the problem. The manager's system is. If Jurgen was coaching, Martinelli had improved his game massively. See, I was saying this to Matty and Ola at the weekend. Yeah, these players, despite some of them being poor, they're not as poor as they're showing right now. Yeah, under a different manager, a different system, different tactics, different starting 11s, players playing in their right positions, we'd actually see better performances from these players. If we had Arsene Wenger, that brings me to this comment very quickly. Yeah, this statistic. Yeah, you'll like this one, lads. You'll like this. So, Arsene Wenger's last season at the club, after 16 games, which is what we played now. 16 games, 9 wins. Arteta's got 8. Wenger 2 draws. This guy's got 6. Wenger lost 5. This manager's lost 2. Goals 30. Arteta 29. So Wenger's worst season after 16 games, he had more wins and more goals scored. Points was 29. Arteta's got 30. Now, if we do Unai Emery's first and only full season after 16 games, Unai had 10 wins. Arteta's got 8. 4 draws. Arteta's got 6. 2 losses each. 2 losses each, by the way. 35 goals for Emery, 29 for this manager. 20 conceded for Unai. 15 for this manager. Unai had 4 points more. 4 points more after 16 games. Yeah. So what are we actually doing here? Yeah. Why are people still buying into this shit? Makes no sense to me. How are you still buying into this? Yeah, when the manager that we wanted gone, Wenger, in his worst season at the club, after 16 games, is doing better. And the football, despite it being dire, was better to watch than this. Makes no sense whatsoever. Howard Mikel's the second highest paid manager in the world. More than Ancelotti. Marino didn't win anything. Mind-baffling. Hey, mate, it's a joke, mate. It's an absolute disgrace. And last one before I get that picture in, mate. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear, living on a prayer. I think it's talking about your rant a minute. Bless up, Dow, man. Big up to Dow. Oh, dear. Look at this.
Shout out to Normskip for this, by the way. Shout out to Normskip for this.
Do you know what's even more mad? Do you know what's even more mad? He's been subbed off more times when we need a goal from drawing and losing positions. Yeah, than he's actually got Premier League assists. 19 assists in 3 years. He's been subbed off 22 times when we need a goal. The creative spark is shit. Yeah, I keep telling everyone this. He runs around, takes way too many time. Mate, there was an instance in that game. You guys probably see it as well. Yeah, and he had the ball. He took 9 touches and passed it sideways. I said, but look, he spun around in a circle. He could have gone forward. Yeah, I played the ball to 29. Instead, he took a touch, spun around in a circle, went backwards and then sideways. Yeah, but he had loads of touches. Oh, he looks busy. Oh, he's the first line of the press. How about press the fucking eject button and get rid? How about that? Yeah, because he ain't good enough, mate.
Nah.
Declan Rice is the same. Way too many touches. Look at the game against Monaco the other day. He gets the ball. He nicks the ball in our half, drives over halfway. All he had to do was throw the 25-yard ball across the deck. Jesus was clean through. Yeah, he'd gone through the right back and the right centre back. Instead, he takes a touch, passed it sideways. Why? They're being told to do this.
Somebody in the chat just said it. The man's not an athlete. And me and Kenny had a discussion yesterday. He has a problem with athletic players. He cannot play against athletic players. Athletes. I'm talking true athletes.
Everton. You see Everton, they had Decore and they had, was it Gay?
Yep.
They actually monstered him. Every time at the ball in his face, he had to the extent that it got so bad he had to come in deep, and then whenever he got the ball, he got robbed a few times. And actually, when they won possession back, when he tried to press, they just threw him away like it was a feather, that it was nothing. Get out of my way, you know what I mean? And that's the whole thing about, you know, the set piece FC. We actually played the real set piece team. Now, I'm not criticising for the set pieces, because don't get me wrong, it's nice and attractive. It's nice when it works and it's effective. But if you're a team that's, you know, trying to go for the title and you play attractive football, don't get me wrong, we all loved it under George Graham, but George Graham's teams wasn't just about set pieces.
George Graham fucking won as well, Kenny. Let's be real with it. So we don't
Yeah,
care if it's boring.
In 91, we still had Daniels Limpar.
Still have Merce.
And Merce. In 89, we had Brian Mould and David Rocastle, who still produced some sort of skill. But the situation against Everton is that whether we like it or not, the only player that actually turned up for us, and he wasn't great anyway, was Bukayo Saka.
Again, the only one.
That player, it is just amazing. You know what? I can understand, and he's been shown empathy from Mikel Arteta, why he never substitutes him, why he has to play every game. He's basically telling all of us, the only person who can win me in football matches, the only person that I consider to be of world-class ability is Bukayo Saka. He's basically saying, Martinelli can't do it for me. Odegaard, once in a blue moon, but he doesn't do it consistently because I'm always substituting him. He's basically admitting, despite all the money he spent, he's only got one top-class player in Bukayo Saka.
And he was already there when he got here.
Yeah.
In fact, our better players were there when he got here. Saliba. Yeah,
how many captains can you think of, guys, in our relative lifetimes of watching Arsenal have been hooked as many times as Odegaard?
When we need a goal. When we're drawing or losing. It's unbelievable.
I think well, that's the thing. All right, people will say our captains have been. You talk about captains. You talk about all right. Tony Adams centre half. Kenny Sampson left back. McClintock centre half. But Paddy Vieira, he's a
one-man midfield, mate. He'd do better than all of our midfielders.
Henry never got subbed. He only got subbed against Chelsea in 2004 quarter final.
Or if we were winning it by a mile and then saving it for the next game.
League. That's the only time I've seen Wenger substitute. Henry.
Your mate Cesc. He hardly ever got subbed.
He really got subbed. Aubameyang really got subbed. Lacazette when he had.
My point is this, right? If we've got this wonderful, creative midfield captain, right, that he brings so much to the game, then why does he keep getting hooked off? Is it fitness, or is it he's just fucking shit?
Because his manager knows, that he ain't it, mate. Yeah, the thing is, he's so good at PR that he sees himself in him. Pause. Yeah, this manager has picked him as captain because he is the perfect PR fucking captain, the perfect guy. Yeah, Bukayo Saka came out after the game against, I think it was Bournemouth or Chelsea or somebody, I can't remember, this season, and said, "Well, I'd like to attack more, but the manager don't want me to."
Yeah, Bournemouth.
It was Bournemouth, right? The Captain Odegaard ain't saying that. He's telling everyone he gets goosebumps leading the team out, Jez. You don't hear Saka saying that, and he came through the academy.
I'm gonna drop another bomb on y'all too. Another problem he's trying to avoid, but it's starting to get louder and louder. He don't want to bring Ethan on because then Ethan destroys the myth of Odegaard being what Lee just said, that perfect player. And he knows that he's gonna have to sit Odegaard down. That pretty much shatters everything. That pretty much destroys everything that he said for the last 4 or 5 years.
That's a good point. But the thing that gets me is that I've been screaming and shouting for the last 2.5 months that whether you like it or not, and whether we like it or not, he has to rotate because of the amount of football matches that he's playing. Now, are these players playing badly because they're crap, or is he running them into the ground? I have to call him out because if it's been obvious that you should be rotating, that Ethan Nwaneri shouldn't be just relying on the Carling Cup games to play football matches. The same with Sterling. If they're in the team, then get them on the pitch. It's like Declan Rice. Yeah, he had an injury. Yeah, he's been off the pace. But if that's the case, then why aren't you rotating him? Why are you bringing a player who had a serious injury back in the team and making him play every game when we've noticed that he's a yard off the pace? Hence the fact he got substituted. We saw it at Everton. Too right it was tactical reasons why Odegaard was taken off. We could tell from the beginning of the match that he was struggling. Lee, you made a point that you always notice when we're up for a football match. When you see the players come out the tunnel, when you see the players running around. Well, I thought, right, let me see what Lee means. Fulham away. I saw the Fulham players jumping up and down, running around in little circles. Odegaard normally does that. I didn't see that from Odegaard. Didn't see it. Didn't see that of Saka. I was looking at them. I was thinking, either something's not right in the dressing room, or they just not knackered.
I don't think something's right at the club in general. We've seen our CEO decide last season, 3 months before it ended, that he wants to leave the club. Why? He's got the most cushy job in the world. Nobody ever calls him out, Vinay. Yeah, when it was Gazidis, we used to be on his case. I know the structure's changed in the hierarchy, yeah, but that CEO had the easiest job in the world because he didn't have to do anything. Nobody held him accountable for anything. It was all on Edu, yeah, and Arteta. Yeah, and even then, this fan base never hold them account. So he walks out, right? Now Edu's walked out, just randomly said, no, I'm leaving. Something came right upstairs in this club, mate. And my theory on it, I'll get yours as well. My theory on it is they've had enough because Josh and Arteta are like that. Yeah, they're like that, and they don't get a say. Arteta gets a say. Arteta even said in his press conference the other day, when they were asked about getting another sporting director or technical director, whatever Edu's job was, when that's going to happen and blah, 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 and who makes the decisions. He said, we'll all have an input and I'll get a say as well, basically. I'm paraphrasing. Why the fuck does he get a say? He's the manager of the football club. Yeah, it's not his football club. He don't own the club. He's not on the board of directors. So why would he get a say who the next technical director is?
You know
what's got to do with him?
Well, that's exactly what Wenger had, though. Wenger had the same sort of situation. Wenger said the same sort of thing. We've basically given Mick Arteta the virtually full control of all footballing operations at his football club without success. We're giving him all that kind of responsibility on the basis that we think he's going to win the title. We think he's going to win the Champions League. We think that he's going to make Arsenal a dominant force, because what they've seen so far, they've seen a bloke in their eyes that has turned the club around from what it was before. Because when Wenger was there, they never publicly admitted that Wenger ran the club into the ground. Even Wenger fans said it wasn't all that bad. Now, the same Wenger fans who are now Arteta fans are telling me and you that things were that bad at the club, that the club was on its knees, and the club was rotten to the core, and that Mick Arteta deserves credit for turning it around. So what did they stand for? Was it bad when Wenger was there, or wasn't it bad? Because we knew it was bad. Why is the narrative always changing? What is about this guy that he's doing in training and doing around the football club for us to be told that we're wrong about this manager? What are we not seeing? Because we're not seeing on the football pitch. We're not seeing the results. We've seen a team that's gone backwards. We've seen a team that's been affected by the fact they didn't show the title. And guess what? The only reason why you guys have turned you on the manager is not because, we're not capitalising on Man City's demise. It's because some other clubs are, i.e. Liverpool. Liverpool dropping points and a run away from Man City, and we still can't, take advantage because we're not good enough. And then we're seeing Chelsea, a team that we feel that we're superior to, making inroads and actually being Liverpool's challengers. And we know deep down, that we haven't got a Dubai in us, and we know it. And that's why they turned, because they know we're at the end.
You know something that's going to be real interesting. I brought this up yesterday with Jez and the guys. I want to see. I cannot wait until this summer to see what Nottingham Forest do in the transfer window. I cannot wait, because if they turn around and get in quality players and get in the top of the line players, then I'm going to turn right around and say, "Oh, well, we know exactly what the problem was, what was going on there." Because see, now he won't have Edu to hide behind. See, this manager, and I keep saying it, and I'm going to say it until this man is gone. He has had tons and tons of money to splash the cash on players for. He chose Kai Havertz. He chose Declan Rice, like Kenny stated earlier. We could have went out. We funded Chelsea's revitalization. We funded City getting Holland. We've done everybody else a favor but ourselves. They said that Unai Emery had a toxic locker room. Our strikers were doing much better up under him than they are up under this manager. He turns in, he gets rid of all those strikers, Lee. He pushes them all out the door.
He probably
What has he done?
He probably chose Sterling as well.
Yeah, and thank you. And he chose Sterling as well because that was tailor made. You could just look at that and tell. Like I told you, Lee, I said it's right there. He had him over. He was over there with him at City. All these revitalization projects. You know, it's like housing. It's like some old housing, some old buildings. You want to let's go in and revitalize the house and let's put it up.
It's like going to the strip club and going to the strip club, falling in love with the stripper and thinking you can change her.
Yeah,
that's basically what he's doing.
And now they're talking about Rashford.
No,
bro, let me tell you, comes to this club, mate, I'll just do watch-alongs for Real Madrid.
Bro, they bring in Rashford if you want to. You come on, man. Let's get real. It's time for the grown-ups to come back in the room because he's running wild. I told Jess from now on I'm gonna start referring to him as the psycho because he's crazy. He's a lunatic. He's a psycho. He is. I mean, just look at the transfer. Look at the not transfer, but look at the substitutions this weekend. Just look at this. Just look at that. Thomas Partey, right back. When has right back Thomas Partey ever worked for us? Marino. He's shoe on. When I saw this before I came on the podcast with you, not podcast, but the watch along Saturday, I looked at the team sheet and I said, "Oh, we definitely not winning this now because this man just shoehorned Marino back into the team. Just shoehorning him. I'm gonna force him there." And newsflash, if Calafiore was healthy, he'd be shoehorned into the team too.
Yeah. And that's the thing, making us all upsided is because he hasn't got no nuts. He hasn't got the nuts to admit that things are wrong. You don't just buy players without a plan for them. Surely you have a clear idea of how you want to play. And if you're saying that Saka is your main man, surely that team should be Saka's team. Like obviously, Barcelona was Messi's team. All right, if this is Saka's team, then get the players who can get the best out of Saka, and in turn help us win things. You bought all these players and you don't know what to do with them. You know what I mean? The Declan Rice situation, for me, I looked at it. I've always wanted to give Declan a chance. I've got nothing against the guy. I respect what he did at West Ham, and I like the fact that he does okay for England. But when I look at what a CDM is, a CDM is not a Machiavelli. It's basically someone like Kante, who does 3 or 4 jobs, i.e. runs the midfield or can get us in forward positions, right? or Rodri, who basically runs a show but can get in ghost into goal scoring positions, but basically runs the midfield. Rice can't do that. Casado is doing that at Chelsea. And we were saying 2 years ago, Thomas Partey is the best player in the league, bar Rodri. And obviously, whatever you think about Thomas Partey's problems, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the football side of things. But have you got to a situation where Thomas Partey is still your best number 6, despite the fact you paid £105 million on a player? I don't understand what the situation is. I don't understand what you're asking of Declan. You're shooting him into the number 8 position where he's done okay, but okay is not good enough for this football club. You know what I mean?
Don't forget when we were in for Rice, and people missed this. People completely missed it. Jez, you remember this? What were we all saying? Rice and Salcedo. We were saying bring both of them because you gotta have one that, just like you said, Kenny. Declan Rice is only good at one thing. The other one's good at something, and you got to have the balance. Like you said,
that was the plan, though. That was the plan. But I think because if you read between the lines, it was blatantly obvious when Declan Rice did his interview 2 Boxing Days ago that he was coming to his football club because he spoke in high regard for how Arsenal are well coached and what a team they are. And then everyone knew that we were after Casado, so I'm sure they brought the play together. But again, the manager dropped the ball. He shot the ball.
Again.
Well, where do we go with this? Because they ain't going to sack him. So how bad does it have to get?
He will resign.
I don't think he will, Kenny. He's on 15 million a year.
I think it'll get to a situation where he won't do it this season. But if it comes to a situation where we start asking questions and people, his supporters, in the media start asking the questions that we've been asking. We asked in probably May 2022, when we really were vocal and really were angry. It's inevitable. You can't expect football fans not to notice that despite all the money you've paid, that you've got no silver to show for it. They may start turning on you at the end of 2025. But if you're not winning anything by 2026, it's inevitable. You can't hide beyond doing a good job.
It's already starting, isn't it? You said, I heard it. I watched the game, right? Yeah, and I could hear people say booing. Yeah, it wasn't massive. It wasn't like when it got to the end of the Wenger days, but it was there. The undercurrent starts, and once the undercurrent starts, it builds. And I said to you guys, you know, some of these people that put on Facebook, they're whatever you want to call them, their channels, whatever, and the comments there are changing.
Yeah,
you know, and it eventually it gets to the point where people, you were there, Lee and Kenny, you were there, I was there when it got to the times of Wenger. He's got to go, and people were out arguing in the ground, fighting a bit, but you know, booing. It's not good enough. Eventually, he's gonna hear this. He must realise that people are getting pissed off now, and that has got to put pressure on him.
Well, another thing that makes managers resign is if players decide to force moves to leave the football club. That's another thing as well. I used the analogy last week of the Euros. Like if you go in an England dressing room, you look at Bukayo. You can imagine Bukayo, Saka, and Declan Rice being in an England dressing room, and basically looking across at the Man City players with Premiership medals and Champions League medals, and then looking at and thinking, well, hang on here, I haven't won anything with this football club. I've got to go with these.
Kenny, don't you think? I mean, I could be totally wrong in making this statement, but I've got the feeling that some of the players are pissed off anyway now.
Well, if you're Martinelli, you have to be angry because you have to think, hang on here, I'm not. If things are going wrong in my career, I've got my in terms of like my output's gone backwards. You know, you're playing me, but you give me all these instructions. I can't beat you, man. I haven't got my confidence. You're not bringing the best out of me. Of course, you'll be angry. If you're Jesus, you'd be bloody furious that he's playing Havertz ahead of you. And Kai Havertz isn't a 20 goal season man. Yet he plays ahead of you when you're brought in as a striker to do all the jobs that you know he's asking Kai Havertz to do. So you've got to be angry. If you're Trossard, you've got to be absolutely furious that you left a cushy position in at Brighton, and then the player that you're competing against isn't performing. But if you're Raheem Sterling, you've got to be even more angry, mate. Yeah. You've got to be more angry, and because you're thinking, hang on here, with all of my experience, what I won, those two ahead of me. It doesn't make sense, does it?
You know what it reeks of, Kenny? You know what it almost reminds you when Reece Nelson was here, and Reece Nelson couldn't get no time. He just was just there. He got bought into you know what he told him, hook, line, and sinker, and he just sitting on the bench to dry rot. Sterling could have went somewhere else, and he could have been playing over at Ipswich or somewhere and going on by his business.
Well, fact he's got for you know, like some people ask the questions, right? And I get what these guys are saying about the money, but I don't think like that. I don't think about Martinelli being $100,000 a week. I don't think about Sterling having a portion of his £325,000 paid by us. I think of footballing ambition, and I like to think that if you're Martinelli, you're only about 23, 24. Surely you'll have some sort of footballing ambition to say, I'm not enjoying my football at the moment and I'm not happy with my boss. You know, they've got enough money as it is. You know, they've got more money than they can think of. They probably got probably worth about telephone numbers anyway. I mean,
this could probably be a factor. Now I just thought about this. A lot of these players, this is their only big move that they've ever had, and they've been so protected due to most of this fan base that if they go to, if let's say Martinelli rolled out and say, you know what, he's transferred, he's going to let's say AC Milan. How long you think they're gonna put up with foolishness like this? What we looking at over what we watching from some of these players?
The ultras will be on them straight away. The ultras have been calling them out half time.
Yeah, see, a lot of these players have been protected for years. All of this kind of intertwined. They've been protected by this manager. This manager's been protected by the fan base. Some of these players have been protected. Look how long they protected Eddie Nketiah. And now all of a sudden everybody want to laugh at him yesterday.
Yeah.
The amount of people I see, Arsenal fans, I seen yesterday having a go at Eddie Nketiah after that miss, and we were sitting there saying the same thing. Say, look at this. We've been telling y'all about this for the last 2 years. Now all of a sudden, like as Lee would say, it's fashionable, so everybody want to jump on board. And I say, oh yeah, well, see, glad we got rid of him.
There's one reason why they're protected, and the reason why they're protected is because every football club in this country are only interested in social media, social media views and social media opinions. And if they happen to be the most popular or most positive, then that's what they take notice of. And that's one of the reasons why Mikel Arteta, gets a good like I said, term from the football club. Let's not forget one of the reasons why we got this North London Forever song that the players come out to is because of social media. That was the club taking notice of a social media campaign for I don't know what the lad's name is, but basically it was a campaign to make sure that we used the song out during the matches. So modern football clubs in this country, mostly Arsenal as well, take advantage of social media. Hence the fact that the most watched YouTube channel out there, club YouTube channel out there, has changed stance. I mean, obviously there was some sort of nonsense, and where people were trying to come out of their cancel culture tactics, who vermin, who never show their faces, cowardly things. Either way, we know that parts of the video was removed.
Yeah, and they re-uploaded it.
Yeah, and re-uploaded. We think an apology was made to the football club, or an explanation for it was for the football club. So,
mate, sorry to cut in, Kenny. Yeah, do you know what's crazy? Yeah, because I was getting told about that while I was still live with Matty and Ola. What did I say in the watch along, Matty? About the same player. I said he needs to be put down. Yeah. I said it while we were live, while the game was going on.
And that's not the first time that's been brought up over there, because we heard Claude say it.
If he was a horse, he'd be put down.
He put down. Yeah, we've heard that before.
But this is my point. They chopped that out. Yeah. Right? They're then going on about troops. Oh, he said this and he said that. Well, his video is still active on YouTube, mate. So it ain't broke terms and conditions.
Well, but he's not a member of he's not a member of the channel. He's independent. He can do what he likes. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I cut in anyway. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, but you got to remember, all four of us, we're all independent. As far as I know, you haven't got major sponsorship with this channel. Nope. This is all independently owned by yourself. Matty, you got your career. Jez, you apart from Jez's wide bottle anyway. But Jez, as far as we know, we're not affiliated to any brands.
High society.
And as far as we know, we probably won't be employed by any of these brands, or we'd never be employed by the mainstream media. So we're free to say as we want. If I wanted to say that I want the manager to be put down, I could say, do what you want. If you want to got a problem with me, come and see me at my match. I'll give me an address, or give you something to meet. If you want to, take it up with me, do it. I'm not scared of you lot. I don't care if you've cancelled. You can't. I've been cancelled many times over. You know what I mean? My reputation is in the mud anyway. So anything else you want to do to me, well, you can't kick someone who's already been kicked enough.
Good luck. Good luck with that one.
Even the most ardent of ardent supporters this weekend was turning their tune. What did we see there with Brother Egal on Saturday, Lee? What did he? Disgraceful. He said disgraceful.
Yep.
Disgraceful performance. Should be ashamed. You know, then you had Babs. Oh, it's over now. We needed a win situation and we couldn't get over the line. That's it. Season done. Brother, we've been telling y'all this all season. And y'all just want to toe the confident line.
Top gooners. The top is the top gooners. Eduardo Pagan. Oh, that's it. The season's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we could have told you that. We could have told you that
a whole month ago.
A couple of months ago, because simple reason is that regardless of, you know, it was only a few weeks ago that people were saying that, you know, the league could be won by the lowest points total. Well, that's all well and good, but just because City are dropping points, there's a team, you know, on the M62 that has lost only one game, and they've drawn 3 and run the rest. So you think it's highly likely that they're on a course for, you know, a record points total. Now, we don't know if they're going to have a blip or not, but let me tell you something right now. We're not in the right frame of mind, nor are we good enough to punish them for any mistakes. We're just not at it. We're not playing well enough. There are holes in our armory, and players are down in their confidence. You know, I don't think we've got another Dubai in us, because even last season, when we went to Dubai, at least we created chances against West Ham. We just couldn't put it away. At least we actually didn't play badly against West Ham or Liverpool. Let's put our hands on hearts. We didn't play badly. We weren't clinical enough. All right, Fulham, we got absolutely mullered. But that was the only game. So we had something to work with when we got back from Dubai. I.e. the fact that we were creating chances, and we were opening up Liverpool, we were opening up West Ham, but we lost 2-0 at home. We had something to fight with. This time, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Kai Havertz isn't scoring goals. I mean, it's debatable whether he scored whether that goal was attributed to him on Wednesday. More an own goal than his goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so Saka's scoring goals for us. Saka has only scored 5 league goals.
Inshallah, Saka.
He's got the same amount of league goals as Madueke at Chelsea. John Duran, who sits on the bench at Everton. John Duran scored 10 or 11 goals this season in all comps. Like, how is it our attack relies on Saka? Yeah, and listen, you can count assist if you want, cool, whatever. Yeah, but goals is what wins us games. Yes, you can count the assist, it sets up the goal and all of that. Yeah, but either way, we don't have a Villa, sorry, Gerard, see my head's fried. But yeah, like, we don't have consistent goal scorers that we know we can pin our hopes on. Liverpool have Salah. Yeah, they have Nunes. Yeah, you can laugh at Darwin all you like, he still bags. Yeah, Gakpo still scores. Jota, when he's fit, still scores. McAllister a chip in with a few. What have we got? We've got Bukayo Saka and 29 every now and again.
That's a major problem. A major problem. You know the thing about it is that a lot of fans in this fan base, you hear them talking about, you know, preferred trophies. Well, Wednesday's game is probably the biggest game of the season, because I can tell you one thing now. His team sheet is going to be very important, but the problem is he's got a massive problem. He's basically playing the same team 3 days later at Selhurst Park, and everyone knows that if you beat Palace, you're going to come off exhausted because they put everything into it, and then you're playing them again in the cup. So, do you rotate against Crystal Palace? Do you play your best team and expect them to be ready on Saturday? It's massive for him. He's got a major problem because he doesn't know it, because I know he's planning that if we were to get to the semi-finals, that's when he'll play his full team. He hasn't got no plans to play his full team against Crystal Palace.
He better play his full fucking team against Palace. If we get knocked out of that game, I swear to God, mate, yeah, you watch it. Kenny, you heard booze in the ground at the weekend. We lose that game and get knocked out, and there's no extra time. It goes straight to penalties. Yeah. Let's not forget, we're going to have to play David Raya. Yeah, because our other goalkeeper, Norberto Neto, is cup side.
Yeah, what about
unless he puts the 16-year-old boy in goal, like he did against Bolton.
Who's the other guy? Is the other goalkeeper injured? The guy from
Setford.
Is he injured?
No, he's fit and available.
So he might.
I swear, if he
might-
throws this fucking game in the bin, mate, I swear to God.
You know what, Lee? You know what, Lee? And I told you this yesterday, Kenny, when we talked yesterday. What I told you, I said, look at Saw. I said, all of those, every team that we played that we skated by with the last couple of weeks, they hadn't had anybody that can put it in the back of the net. I said, Palace got people that can put the ball in the back of the net. So we slip up or have just a mental lapse, we could very well pay the price for it because they've got people that can actually score. They're starting to round in the form. They're starting to round in the form. They're starting to come out of that funk they were in. And like you said, two times let's not forget. Let's just keep it real. For those that don't remember, I got a very long memory. It took us to win a last minute penalty kick to beat them last year. Y'all remember that last year? Y'all remember that last minute penalty kick?
Oh yeah, Odegaard
to win the game, to beat them last year. So this game Wednesday is going to be massive on many levels because you don't know what this psycho is going to roll out there. That's a factor as well. Now he very well to be up for the game if he play us on Wednesday. He'll be up for it.
28 games in a row without a goal.
Santa Claus Arsenal, you know it.
Yeah, we'll kickstart his career.
It's
28 games in a row without a goal. You fucking know he's scoring.
You see, it's very, very tricky because Crystal Palace, in terms of the squad they got, everyone knows if you put all your energy into a midweek game, the Saturday game becomes it becomes harder. But the way we're playing, the fact that a lot of our players are full and a couple of players aren't fully fit. This, Crystal Palace may think, you know what, it's now or never, mate. We could get to a semi-final, and even without Alicia, Crystal Palace is one of those teams that when you're struggling, you're in form, you don't want to play them because they're annoying in the fact that they got athletes on that side. They got really good players. Let's face it, some of those players should be playing at a higher level than Crystal Palace. Eze,
yeah.
Only Chelsea know why they got rid of Chalobah. Only they know why. You know what I mean?
I watched that game yesterday. I watched that game yesterday, and I said to myself, I said, "Damn, Nathaniel Klein is coming off the bench."
Well, yeah.
And I said, "He's coming off the bench." I said, "Oh, well, we got to deal with that on Wednesday." Like, okay, so
they got Guy, Mark Guy. They got Mitchell. Yeah, he's not bad. Yeah, Will Hughes, like he ain't the greatest player, but he can keep the ball. He's tidy on the ball. Lerma's not a bad player. Eze, Sarr. They got a team. Chalobah's not bad. He obviously scored yesterday. And then they've got a striker up front that can hold the ball up, and he fucking scored against us before. He's hard work, that Mateta. He's like Mikel Antonio. He just runs his bollocks off, and he's a big physical presence.
Adam Walton, is he injured? Because I haven't seen him in Crystal Palace team for a bit.
He didn't play at the week he went in the squad. No.
Yeah, I think he's hurt. Yeah. I think he's hurt.
But they've got a team of players there. Like Kenny said, they're going to run, they're going to work, they're going to get stuck in, and they're going to rough us up. Yeah, and they're going to sit deep and they're going to try and counter. The game they played yesterday, they played 3 at the back, 3-4-2-1.
And they are a physical team. They are a physical team. They're going to bully you. We've seen it so many times, And hey, let's just look at this scenario, shall we? We know how they play. Arteta should know how they play, and they're going to kick about. They're going to put the little snidey ones in there. That's how they play. And we can't afford injuries here, boys.
You're right, Jay. We can't afford no more injuries.
You're spot on. But we won't have this discussion had we not got, done our sums in September, because we all saw the Champions League format. We all saw the dates. We knew as soon as that draw was made, and we all knew as soon as that we were already advancing as the League Cup, that it's a game every 2 or 3 days. Every team we've seen tries to rotate, except for us. I mean, you know what I mean? And I don't understand why he looked at that squad and said, "Look, if he kept some of our players fresh, who knows? Maybe we wouldn't be seeing those sort of performances we saw against Everton and against Fulham. Who knows?" But the reason why I'm angry about the Everton result, because we know that 9 out of 10 times Everton have been the team let's just say it. I'll say it respectfully. Any women watching, don't be offended. Everton have been our bitch in the Premiership. They're the team that we've beaten. We've taken the most points off since 92, 93. It's Everton, particularly at home. Particularly at home. And they don't come with any ambition. They've only won twice since we've been in the Premiership in 95, 96. Chelsea's got the winner, a 2-1 win. And in 2021, they beat us in the lockdown season when Angelotti was the manager. There was a couple.
But what did he do at Everton?
Yeah, exactly. There was a draw. It was in 2006-2007 when Cahill scored a goal and Van Persie equalised with a free kick. Apart from that, I can't remember us dropping points against Everton in the Premiership years. So we all thought that was a give me. I said 3-0. We all thought we were going to win.
I didn't. No, I didn't. No, Matt told you. Matt told you draw. I told you draw. I said 2-2. I didn't get the number right, but I said draw, and I said because this manager cannot deal with Sean Dyche teams. He have the most trouble with Sean Dyche in low blocks. This manager does not know how to coach against those tight teams because he's so pragmatic. He wants to play so conservative that he just does not realize that when you play a team with a low block, you have to open the team up, and he refuses to play that way.
Well, that's the thing that gets me. One of the reasons why remember time we were on Jez's channel, I said 3-0, and I argued with you, and I said, well, Burnley, Sean Dyche had what are called Sean Dyche's players, players who, and I say it respectfully, they didn't have the sort of like attacking quality that he might have at Everton. I.e., he has a better caliber of players, but are they prepared to work their nuts off the ball? Because we knew Burnley could. But you know what? We made it easy for them because Odegaard had a stinker. Saka couldn't do it all on his own. And we relied on set pieces, and Set Piece FC thought, bloody hell, that was an easy game. I don't think any Everton players sweated. The only time, probably their heads were sweating because they headed the ball so much. But Ashley Young, that again, Jez, you had me in stitches because you actually said word for word what Stritzo said on his fan cam. He went as far as say that what Martinelli did was criminal. You was going to say it was a crime as well because, again, you know, Seymour and Butt said, why do we make Asian players look good? Well, that is actually his name, but we all know we all got a past. We all got it. Single married men know what I mean when I describe Seymour Butts. Say no more. Say no more. Seymour Butts. Say no more. Anyway. but the fact is, Martinelli.
Why are you gay?
Martinelli has never beaten a full back all season. So why did we think that he was going to beat Ashley Young? What made you think it was going to happen? 39 or not? Martinelli couldn't, Martinelli couldn't probably get past me. That's how bad he's playing.
In answer to that question, I'm going to grab the super chats as well. In answer to that question, the reason players like Pepe, Ashley Young, the older players do well against us is because they've played in an era where there were proper players playing against them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this lot of shit. It's too easy for them. Yeah, let's be real. Ashley Young's played against some of the best wingers in the Premier League era. Yeah, he's come up against Martinelli. See the way he just brushed him out of the way at one point? It was move, little boy.
Yeah, Pepe made us look like complete fools last year.
Yeah, he's come up against some of the best strikers ever to have played football. Yeah, and he's dealing with 29. Well, that was light work, wasn't it? To 29. He must have been rubbing his hands together that night. So, him. Okay, cool, bring it. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. If Rashford comes, I'm officially done. Yeah, I'm done as well, mate. If we sign Rashford, this club's finished. Well, it's finished anyway. But big up Dal, man. Big up to Managerial as well. Lee, would you consider getting Curtis on? Yeah, man. I did DM Curtis about 6 months ago, but like me, he doesn't open DMs on Insta.
Who want to abuse Curtis? He's a lovely man.
So yeah, Curtis is welcome anytime. Yeah, and he spits truths as well. So yeah, big up Curtis. Big up to Nadir. Gentlemen, I'm officially called toxic by my fan base. How dare I slate Pep? Maybe because he plays the same players that are shite. I'm done. I had massive booze at full time yesterday at the Etihad, lads.
A lot of infighting over there, man. A lot of infighting going on over there.
They're going to have the Wenger in, Wenger out treatment with Pep very soon. They're going to be beating each other up, mate.
You won't have it on the fan cam. I told you, Man United beat them.
You did. You did, mate, to be fair. Yeah, they're going to have a lot of infighting in that stadium because the older heads are saying, oh, come on, look what he's done for the club. We've been in the gutter. This club's gotten back to like being amazing now. Yeah, and then the younger ones that have only grown up seeing success are going to fucking kick off. Yeah, and it's all going to be infighting. Yeah, maybe it would be the other way around. I don't know. But either way, either fix this in Jan or people like me will keep yelling and white handkerchiefs. I'm serious. Yesterday was breaking point for me. 8 people have to go. There you go. 8 players need to bounce. The manager needs to bounce. Cheeky is bouncing.
What? Ask him why they brought back Godwin. That was a good idea, wasn't it? Godwin.
Back a sec, guys.
No worries, mate. It was a good idea in theory, but he shouldn't be playing as many games as he's playing. Neither should Kovacic. Neither should what's his name? De Bruyne.
But let's
Them 3 shouldn't be playing week in, week out.
But Lee, let's be real. Let's be real. And I want people to understand this. They're going to go out in a couple of weeks here, and they probably are already identified. They're going to bring in the signings. They're going to right the ship. And then what's going to happen is they're going to come right up past us, and then they're going to start on their normal tirade. I hear people saying, "Oh, it's over." I know LB's going on about it's done and this, that, and the third. But I'm just telling you like it is. We know that they're going to get 2 or 3 quality players. They're going to Pep's going to fix this thing, and then they're going to be. I'm not going to say they'll win the title, but they're going to get everything sorted out. They'll be. Let's put it like this: they'll be in a better shape than what we are. Yeah, they'll be in better shape than what we are.
If they somehow win the league, yeah, everyone should just fold. Just fold the league. Yeah, from where they are, from what they've been playing like with the injuries. Oh yeah, true.
This should be folded anyway. This league is a farmers' league. I don't know why we kid ourselves that it's anything better than what we see in La Liga and what we see in France.
It ain't nowhere near better.
No, La Liga is actually competitive. La Liga's competitive.
I see Leganes. Leganes beat Barcelona after Las Palmas beat them last week.
Don't get wrong. From what we've seen in the last few seasons, I mean, the reason why I called this a farmers' league because Man City were nowhere near good enough to win the league in 2021 during that lockdown season, and somehow they won it at canter. Then I thought, you know what, this league's a pile of crap as well. This league's just it's a scam. It's nonsense. But then again, but I'm not too funny. Come on. If this league was a competitive league and teams had ambition to win things, why is it what you must have seen the clue when Bolton, when they were in the Premiership, put their reserve team out in the FA Cup. How dare team like Bolton put their reserve team in the FA Cup? Or someone like Dave Kitson, when he was at Reading, saying, "Oh, we're not going to the FA Cup. I couldn't give a shit about it. Oh, why play a big team?" I mean, the audacity of Reading to look their nose at the FA Cup. Reading,
you're Reading, yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The only time Reading's been relevant is because of Ricky Gervais. How dare he? How dare he? You do that, but that's the thing. If you've got a league where the alleged small clubs are looking down their noses and playing reserve teams in the FA Cup and the Carling Cup, and we're not just talking low teams in the bottom 10. We're talking even Championship teams and League One teams doing it. Then they're basically accepting their lot that we can't win the league, we can't beat Man City, we can't beat Arsenal. We're just happy to be in the Premiership. That's a farmers' league.
Yeah, and this is my point. Yeah, let me grab these 2 super chats and we'll carry on. Big up to you, Nick, as well. Bless up, brother. What I find strange is the love fest that many of our fan base has for Arteta. It's absolutely baffling. He's untouchable, and you lot are ostracized when you go against him. Our football club is a cult. We are done, gentlemen. Totally agree, brother. It is a cult. It's the cult of Arteta. Yeah, and this is the thing. When they ask you who do you want, who's realistic? Was Amarim? Yeah, was he realistic? Because he had a fucking contract, mate. Yeah, was he realistic? They got him, didn't they? And he's just done twice Man City in 3 weeks. When was the last time Arteta beat this manager? Beat Pep? away from home. Oh, he ain't. Yeah, Ruben Amorim done it first attempt with that shit Man United team. Yeah, mad. Big up Nadir. In theory, it was a good idea, but they gambled on Rodri's health. Facts. Absolute facts, bro. Yeah, they should have gone out and done business in the summer, and they didn't. They signed Savio, and that was it. Yes, mad. But coming back to your point, Kenny, about these cups and all of that, yeah? Right? You don't see the shit in other leagues. You don't see lower league teams dismissing the cups.
Nope.
Yeah, and the reason for that is because in England, money talks. Whereas in the other countries, it's about success. Yeah, and the money will come with the success. Yeah, Leganes, I think that was their first win away from home in the top flight for fucking well. They've only just got back in the top. In fact, they've only just got promoted and they just done Barca at their own ground. Yeah, not only that. Yeah, Las Palmas have been in the league 2 seasons now. They done them at their ground the other day. Yeah, why are they playing football? I was watching the game last night and I was going, why are Leganes still attacking? They're away from home. They're 1-0 up against Barca. Why don't they park the bus? They're still attacking. Villarreal at home yesterday lost 2-1 to Betis. Betis had a player sent off. They were 1-0 up, player sent off. And then Lo Celso, that Tottenham scrub, scored a banging free kick, by the way, 2 minutes into the second half. Why did they still attack? Why were they still attacking away from home? Yeah, they're winning. They got 10 men. Just park the bus, lads. I thought you weren't allowed to score a goal with 10 men and carry on attacking. When it comes to the cups here, in Italy, Germany, Spain, France, the smaller teams take the cup serious. Yeah, let's be real. Mallorca got to the cup final last season against Bilbao. Sociedad were in the semi.
I was just going to make this point for you, Lee. To say since 2019, Sociedad's won it, Betis has won it, Bilbao has won it, and Valencia has won it, and only Barcelona and Real Madrid have won it once each.
Yep, there you go. So why is it the smaller teams out here take that cup serious? Why? Because they know they can't win the title, because they don't have the funding, because they don't get a guaranteed fucking 100 million TV rights. Yeah, so they go for the trophy. Yeah, and that is a trophy that they know that they can have a go in. Yeah, if you look in Germany, yeah, look at when was it Saarbrücken done Bayern Munich?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the village.
Yeah, fucking mate. I've probably got more people watching live than they have population in their little village. Yeah, they beat Bayern Munich. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? They got to what, the semi?
We don't get that. We don't get that sort of romantic, sort of thing. Hereford beating Newcastle in 1972. Or Jessie's going to kill me for this, but York City, Keith Atchett in the last minute in '85 is scoring that penalty against us. Keith Atchett.
Go back to what was it? 81, 83, something around then, 82. Fucking Walsall.
Walsall beat us in the League Cup in 83, 84.
Yeah.
Wrexham.
Yeah, Walsall. Wrexham. Fucking oh my god.
Oh, that still hurts. Even that was, and we got a goal disallowed as well.
But why were they taking it serious back then? Why? Because it weren't about the money. Yeah. But now the money's been infiltrated into football. Yeah. And now these clubs would rather try and push the Premier League to get in the Premier League. I mean, look at Southampton. What a fucking sorry team that is. Yeah, they ain't trying to stay up. They're just here for the money. Luton, when they came up, oh, what a love story. Oh, look at the stadium. Oh, look, you can see in the neighbours' back gardens their knickers hanging up in the washing line.
Where's the stadium rebuild? Now they're not in the Premiership. I haven't heard anything about their stadium rebuild, Luton.
Mate, the only reason I think they move into it next year. Yeah, but either way, when I've been calling out Luton Town when they were in the Premier League, everyone was going, oh, but they've secured their future. And fucking what? They were still building a stadium without getting promoted to the Prem.
Yeah.
Yeah, would they spend above their means then? So they desperately had to get in the Prem to cover that then. No, load of rubbish.
Can I say, sorry, Luton fans, I know some of you are gooners anyway. I was so glad to see the back of you because your plays are shit and the football you played was shit. I'm sorry, but I have to be honest. It was shit.
No, and you know what? And you know what? They were shit and it took us a last-minute header to beat them.
I know. That's what makes it even worse.
But these cups here, they throw these cups in the bin all the time, these teams, and it pisses me off. Yeah, which is why when people say to me, oh, yeah, but what happened to Girona this season? I Googled it last night. Yeah, Girona's income for the last 5 seasons, has been 60 million. Yeah, but I'm sorry, that was before they did that run last season.
So that was like 45 million.
Leganes was 16 million. 16 million over 5 years. They just beat Barcelona. Yeah, so there's no excuse for fucking Luton. There's no excuse for Southampton. There's no excuse for Ipswich and all these other teams. They got money. Yeah. In fact, Ipswich spent more money on Amari Hutchinson than Leganes' whole team cost. Yeah, how can they beat Barcelona? Would Ipswich beat them? No, they fucking wouldn't. They get hammered. Yeah, and this is my point. When it comes to the cups in England, right? These teams throw it in the bin every time. Look at the state. Look at the League Cup that we're going into on Wednesday. Yeah, Man U play Tottenham away on Thursday. It's all Premier League teams. Yeah, and it's all top end Premier League teams pretty much, apart from Southampton who are there. Yeah, but Newcastle were in the top 4 the
Not
other
for
week.
long, Lee. Not for long.
Yeah, not for long. Yeah, and Brentford have been flying this season. Yeah, so they've had the momentum. They've carried on. Fair play. Are Brentford or Newcastle going to win the cup? They're not, are they? Because when it gets to, if one of them's going to get through tomorrow, and then they're going to end up getting either one of Arsenal or Palace, hopefully it's us, probably Liverpool, or Man United or Tottenham, whoever gets through out of that. Straight away, they're shit their bed.
But you know what, Lee? Even in that, wouldn't it say something that if Newcastle gets far in this thing, look how many times they've gotten far in the last 3 years, 3 or 4, two?
Yeah, at least they're trying.
Yeah, they'd be knocking on the door for a few years in that competition. So they're taking, at least they're somewhat taking it serious. So I think a lot of teams. I think when we get to this FA Cup, and I was when you was talking, I was thinking about this. City's gonna probably give 100% in that FA Cup, and I think it's gonna be. I think they're gonna go, and I think United's gonna go for it in that FA Cup as well.
We should all be going for it, Matty. So every single team should
remain.
be going
I was just going to say, remains to be seen what this manager is going to do in it, because you know what he does. We get put out the 4th round.
Look, the only thing we know about the FA Cup, at least we know what kit we're going to wear.
and the varsity jacket.
Oh, but then we'll have Ian Wright sitting there tweeting at half time saying we need killers. Yeah, how comes nobody was kicking off on Wrighty, but they're kicking off on Judges and Troops? Yeah, Wrighty sat there when it was no more red, and we were wearing the white t-shirt. Do you remember? Who was it? Forest was it, or West Ham, whoever it was?
We wear every in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. We wear it all the time. So we're going to wear. We wore it against Liverpool, and I assume
that was it. It was Liverpool. It was Liverpool.
We wear it against Man United. I'm assuming. Yeah. I know assumptions are the mother of all. You know what? But I'm convinced that's what we'll be wearing against Man United.
We will. Yeah, and Wrighty tweeted out at half time in that game, we need more killers. Yeah, and that is to stop knife crime. That shirt is then the money goes to charity or something, yeah? Right? To stop knife crime. And he's tweeting out we need more killers. But nobody got in this case because it's Ian Wright.
Yeah, because you know the reason why is because they used their brain like they should have used their brain at the weekend. The fact is, the reason why these people are making noise about those 2 remarks is because they felt the same thing. And what I hate about,
they all laughed, Kenny.
Yeah,
they all laughed.
You know what makes me angry about these do-gooders who go on like they've never had a fight in their life, they never farted in their life, they never ate with their hands, they never picked their nose, never cleaned their ears out, never swore. They're all bloody liars. We've all got that edge in us, but because society says it's wrong to do these sort of things, like say these things or do these things, we don't do it.
You know what, Kenny? You had a Arsenal captain turn around and tell the fans, "F you."
Yeah,
and you didn't even get the blow up. Matter of fact, they turned around and said, "We love him." They made songs in the shower about him.
Yeah, hey, but that's the thing, because guess what? he's probably said what every what Arteta feels like saying. Can you imagine if Arteta watched this? And he probably
has. He probably has. Declan's probably shown him.
he probably thinks that all 4 of us are the biggest bunch of tossers out there.
Look at these potless wankers. Look at them.
He thinks we're tosspots because of the fact that we criticise him and his teams regularly.
They're good. I don't give a shit what he thinks. I ain't here to be liked. I'm here to say the truth and get my team to win. Yeah, and to win trophies.
So he should watch it, because at the end of the day, it shows the real fan, not the plastic fans that just go there for their day out, eat the prawn sandwiches, eat their steak baguettes, and talk bollocks, right? And sit there with their, I'm at the Emirates. I'm at my second home. Oh, look at me!
Yes,
And look, I've
Jez,
spent
Jez,
300.
sorry, Jez, that's exactly what the guy 2 rows in front of me was doing during the
You
match.
should take a picture. You gotta take a picture of that. Take a picture of that next time.
And then when we had a corner routine, he pressed record.
Like it's not on TV.
Press record.
He pressed record when we had a corner. No
Yeah.
word of a lie. That's what he did.
No, I said, what game was it the other day? Was it Tottenham? What game was it? Was it Tottenham Chelsea? There was a game. I can't remember who it was. No, who is it, man? There was a game the other day. It was a Premier League team. Yeah, and they were all standing there recording as a corner was being taken. I think it was Tottenham Chelsea. Yeah, there was about 25 people all in the corner. Yeah, around that little bit where the corner flag is. So yeah, they were all standing there recording it. It's like, why the fuck are you recording that? It's going to be on telly, mate. Just go and watch it back if you want to watch it. But it's all to say, oh, look at me. I was right in front of Raheem Sterling. Or I was right in front of this player. Right in front of that player. Oh, look at me.
Hey,
cool.
As I said before,
come on.
mate, Lee, who needs the news of the world and a Sunday people when you've got your camera phone? We're all journalists. You know, we're all potential grasses. You know what I mean? We'll want our 15 minutes. You know what? You don't need to do a kiss and tell and say you've been with this guy anymore because thanks to social media, there's a lot of women out there who won't get their 50 grand for going out of a play anymore because at the end of the day, the news of the world don't need like kiss and tell stories. Just get your phone out, innit?
Yeah, it's true. No, it's true.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah, man. No, it's true. Let me grab these super chats quick before we wrap. Not my job to pick a new manager. I should be allowed to say Arteta out with identifying a successor. Get the fuck out my club. Tell him, Wyatt. Tell him. This is the thing.
You better go to ground and say that. I want to see you in camera saying that. We need more of you like that, mate.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, I see Robbie saying to Yardman, I played it while we were live, wasn't it, mate? Yeah, I played it. Yeah, and he was going, yeah, but who do you want as the next manager then? Who do you want as the next manager? He goes, it's not my fucking job, Robbie. Yeah, and it's true. It ain't our jobs to pick the next manager. Yes, we can all have an opinion on the next manager and who we want as the next manager. Yeah, but every single manager you give to these idiots, yeah, I swear they dismiss every one of them. We can even say
only to come back, Lee, 6 months later and say that's the manager that they want.
Now, since Arsenal Football Club are going down this trust the process, like I said, mantra, the name I'm hearing is the German national manager, Julian Nagelsmann.
No, fuck him. No.
Lee, is it because it isn't that suit he wore when they lost 5-0, when Leipzig lost 5-0 to Man United? Is that what's putting you off? I mean,
no, do you know what puts me?
Those trousers, those shoes he wore. Can you imagine? Do you remember that when Man United in lockdown, Man United played Leipzig at Old Trafford in Champions League, and he had those shoes that looked like the colour of a piano, and he had the trousers to match. And
do you know what it is about Nigel?
Yeah? Mate, it's true. Go and get the video, mate.
He did.
I swear to God,
he got dressed in the dark that day. He got dressed in the dark. Do you know what it is with him? Yeah, like I just think that he's very overcomplicates shit. He tries to be too far different. Yeah, too far different, like with his funky formations and all that. Get me a fucking manager that just plays 4-4-2. Yeah, and if you're not going to play 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. Yeah, put players in the right positions. Don't do all this inverted bullshit. Yeah, get a wing backs that can cross the ball or full backs that can cross the ball and defend. That's it. Get a midfielder that can create and get a striker that can score. It ain't rocket science.
But don't you? The thing that gets me about the modern inverted winger, I always thought that when you had an inverted winger, remember the first inverted winger was Chris Waddle when he was at Marseille, and you always played inverted wingers because if their mate was like I said, hugging the touchline, the inverted winger would go and get into goal scoring positions. So if you're an inverted winger, surely your stats should be that of Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah is an inverted winger, but the stats shows and proves that he's an inverted winger. How comes when we saw these inverted wingers, with the exception of Bukayo Saka, who's now getting his act together, the assists and goal stats are shit. Sorry, I'm really upset. I don't really use words like that. But have you noticed that?
Yeah, it's like I told you, we suffer from doing the basics, Kenny. It's the basics.
But it's in football nowadays. I thought the reason why we had inverted wingers was not just that they got themselves in goal scoring positions and they cut inside to shoot on their natural foot, so they have more goal attempts. The more shots you have a goal, the more attempts you have a goal, the more goals you're likely to score. Yet we don't see that with anyone other than any other than Salah and Saka.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I told you, modern football is completely changed from what it used to be. Yeah, it's completely changed from what it used to be, and now everybody, Arteta rather, has really adapted this conservative approach to football. I mean, total conservative approach to football.
You know what? The players now, they all want to be Mo Farahs. They want to be Mo Farahs.
They just want to run around.
They just want to be like Mo Farah, just run all day. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that gets them in the team rather than what they do with the football.
Yeah, it used to be. It's like we talked earlier. Like I said earlier, basic throw-ins. They can't do that. Crossing the ball, can't do that. Crossing the ball in, can't do that. Free kicks, can't do that anymore. You know, the basic footballing traits that a player would have. They either A, has been coached out of these players, or B, they hadn't developed. And they're getting we got a lot of underdeveloped players playing football across the world. A lot of underdeveloped, especially, I'm gonna say it again, especially these Brazilians.
Oh God.
Extremely underdeveloped football players.
You look at Brazilian football and you associate Brazil with players like Zico, Pelé, Rivelino, Tostão, Jairzinho, Socrates, Alemão, Rivaldo, Nizaro de Lima, Boeto,
Dunga.
And then you see players like Joe Linton, Bruno Guimaraes, Gabriel Martinelli.
But you know what?
Rick Charlison and Gabriel Jesus. I mean, you're thinking, hang on here.
You know what the best Brazilians at?
You know what I mean?
The best Brazilians playing in their league. A lot of they just never get the recognition, so they'll get one or two that hit Europe, and then that's what they put out on Front Street.
You think about the World Cup in the 70s and 80s when you saw those names, and yet Brazil are struggling to get into the World Cup, or struggling in their group because they've got players like Guimaraes, Joe Linton, Martinelli,
Mateus Cunha,
Richarlison.
Lee. West Ham has got a player that's good, and we ain't seen him yet.
We ain't even seen him. 2 games this place.
Yeah, barely seen him. These players are leaving early when they probably should stay for a little bit longer to get seasoned and then move. And it's just not with just Brazilians. I'm seeing even with the Dutch. Think about how good the Dutch teams used to be back in the day. Remember how good the total football? That was total football. And then you see these Dutch players barely can do it. Look at Xerxes. You can barely hit the, they just scraping by, It's world football.
Hey, guys, don't laugh, right? I don't take this the wrong way because I'm an England fan. Jez, I don't know, he's half Welsh, half English. Hey, Dad, Lee's an England fan. He won a bit.
No, I'm Spanish, mate.
Despite the fact that Italy have not got to the World Cup, right, in the last two competitions, Brazil are crap. Holland haven't got any players that with je ne sais quoi. England still can't win a tournament.
Mad. That's good. That's mighty Spain. Mighty Spain. Let me grab these super chats. We are going to wrap up in a bit, guys. I'm going live in about 40 minutes as well. Probably less than that, actually. I'll probably go live in about half an hour. West Ham are playing Bournemouth. And also Lazio are playing.
That's going to be a really good game of football.
Lazio are playing Inter as well. So I'm going to do both. So, I'll do both of them. They're both on the DAZN as well. So I don't need to faff around with other channels. So, yeah, they both kick off. In fact, actually, what time does Lazio kick off? I think that kicks off in 40 minutes. So, yeah. Anyway, let me grab these quick. I'm going to tell you something that sounds blasphemous. Thank you, lads. I've only had a couple of beers. This summer, we had contract signed with Bruno Guimaraes, 90 mil. but we wanted to be cheap and wait till the summer. Wow. You'll get him in Jan, I reckon. You'll get him in Jan, I think. If you don't, I'll be shocked. Mr. Red Mist Show. Yeah, that's on hold, lads. That's on hold. Yeah, Craig's way too busy at the minute, so we've put that on hold for the time being, for the foreseeable. But yeah, bless up to everyone who is missing it. Big up for the super chat as well, mate. Appreciate it. Big up SG as well. Big up gents and Lee. 2 months ago, Top Gooners on stream was saying that Arteta's job's safe, and if Arsenal is challenging until May, whilst finishing second against Man City, and keep improving. Bro, do you know what's funny? Yeah, I've got a gal clipped up here. Got a gal clipped up saying that third, yeah, even with an FA Cup or a League Cup, ain't good enough. Also on the same stream saying that I said, because they say he's spin it on these people. If Arteta walks out the club today, who do you want? Now they have to give you a name. Yeah, and they always go for Ancelotti or somebody that's a successful manager. And that's exactly what he did. Then I've got him clipped the other day. Yeah, said, "Oh no, Ancelotti, no. He has to walk into a ready-made, winning, ready, successful team." Oh, okay, cool. So why are you backing Arteta then? Because it ain't a ready-made, already successful team, then, isn't it? Yeah,
Not really. No.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Why are you backing this guy? Well, I'd rather back the guy that's already got over the line than somebody who can't get over the line with the same players. Yeah, let's be real with it. I'd rather have Ancelotti manage this team. And I'll tell you something, Saka would ball out under Ancelotti. Yeah, because he lets his forwards actually play football. But it is what it is. Big up SG. Big up Wolfgang as well. Respect to Matt, Lee, Jez.
Wolfie must be well happy, mate, with Chelsea.
These Chelsea fans are so happy, but they're refusing to talk about title. They're refusing to talk about title. They know what it takes.
At least they know what it takes to win a title.
Yeah. A few of them, by the way. A few of them.
That's exactly what it is.
And on course for to complete the European trophy haul. At the rate they're going.
Yeah, if they win that Conference League, they've won every trophy in Europe ever available.
Do you think they'll have the nuts to actually parade that European Conference League? Can you think about it, right?
I don't think they will. Although if maybe because it'd be Bowley's first trophy.
Because don't get me wrong, right? West Ham fans have got every right to put their nuts on the table and celebrate that trophy. But Chelsea?
I don't know. You know that Todd Bowley, he moves in mysterious ways. If that's the only trophy they win this season, then yeah, I think he possibly will. But I don't think it'll be a big turnout. Yeah, but if they win the league and win that Conference League, oh mate, yeah, everyone's done. Yeah, the manager from the Championship wins the Premier League in his first season.
No, man, bro.
Don't. Mind you, Ranieri never used to only win cups, and he never won a major championship. And his first season at Leicester City, he won the title.
Yeah, true.
Oh, at our expense. I forgot at our expense.
Don't worry, no, Tottenham bottled it apparently, though, Kenny.
There was no one available. There was
Tottenham actually did bottle it because they finished third in the 2-horse race.
No. Tottenham would never top that season.
Yeah, but it was come on, let's face it. It was their draw at Chelsea that enabled Leicester to win the league. It was nothing to do with us.
Yeah, true. But that was the only game Eden Hazard turned up that season. Yeah, and he even said in the interview before the game, he goes, "There ain't no way we're losing this game to that lot and letting them win the league." And he was unreal that day.
He must have done a special diet then before that game.
Have you seen this podcast with John Obi Mikel where he said that he loves having a beer? I was like, I can relate to that, mate. He goes, yeah, when I went to Madrid, he goes, I like my food and I love a beer. Because I love a beer. He goes, obviously, I went. He goes, when I'm on holiday and I'm away from football, I'm on holiday. I ain't doing nothing. I'm just sitting there eating and I'm drinking my beer. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
How much you pay for him?
100 million euro.
What a waste of money.
Fucking was, mate. Yeah, it was. I think he only scored 7 goals for them. Well, what a waste. What a waste of a player, mate. He could have been the best player in the world, that guy.
We could have signed him before he went to Chelsea.
Yeah.
15 million.
When you look at me. Yeah, we could have. Yeah, he was quality, but he just pisses. Players like that wind me up. Because you can see they've got all the talent in the world. They just don't care. They don't really give a shit. They turn up when they turn up, innit? Yeah, because they know they're that good that when they want to turn up, they'll win the game.
Ronaldinho effect. Ronaldinho the same way. If he would, didn't party so much, they'll tell him what top part he could have went.
He
And
was
he
with
was-
the bad. He was
he-
with the
he-
baddies.
Yeah, he was fat and still was getting it in. You know.
And that's the thing. They're that good. Some of these players. That it's just taking the piss,
I
isn't
think Ronaldinho we went with too many English page free girls.
it? Yeah. Mate, I'll tell you something now, yeah. Even a 50-year-old Ronaldinho or whatever he is, yeah, get him out of retirement. He's better than these scrubs we watch in the Premier League.
Oh
True.
yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. But, yeah, let me set this stream up. I'll redirect to it quick before we wrap up. But bless up to everyone locked in. And yeah, it's been good, man. It's been good, unlike our team. We just type watch along in for now. Be quicker. 1 second, guys. 1 second. But yeah, Wednesday, before we wrap, Wednesday, let me grab these super chats real quick and then we'll talk about Wednesday quickly and finish, yeah? Okay, that's that done. Right, cool. Big up to Ricky as well. I don't remember anyone asking who you're going to get during Wenger out campaign. We don't watch every league in every country to know that answer. That is a good answer. Judges gave a good answer, actually, on his fan cam. Yeah, he said, well, Klopp, Wenger, yeah, and who else did he say? There was somebody else. Jose, I think it was. Yeah, he goes, well, they've all gone and they've all been fucking replaced. Yeah. Look, all the managers that have come and gone in this league and they've all been replaced. None of this who's available. Who would you get? Who's realistic? It's Arsenal Football Club. Pay the money. Go and get Inzaghi. Yeah, and I'll tell you, if you can't go and get Inzaghi and you don't want to leave Italy, then cool. Yeah, go and get the next one. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Somebody will say yes. There's a manager in world football better than this manager.
Lee, this club will go turn around. I already know what you're gonna do when I say it. They'll turn right around and bring in De Zerbi in this football club. That'd be right up there. They'll go. Oh, he's young, you know. Just shaking his head. That's exactly what this football club would do. They go get somebody like that. They won't go out and go get top echelon. They will because the top echelon is gonna hold them accountable. They don't want anybody that's gonna hold them accountable. Could you imagine Conte at this football club with the way he is?
Well, that's the thing. This football club's not built for a manager that's going to be at the club for 2 seasons. This club's built for a long-term manager. The thing with De Zerbi, even De Zerbi was sort of sorted out our left-hand side by now, surely.
Apparently, De Zerbi's a fucking arsehole. Like when it comes to the way he talks to players, he fucking goes mad at them, apparently, in training. Yeah, which is good. Yeah, apparently he fucking really kicks off on his players in training. Yeah, but you can see that when he's on the touchline. Well, he's not on the touchline. He's sat in his fucking chair.
Yeah, you have to see him stand up.
Yeah, why? Because he's so confident in what he's doing. Yeah, he very rarely gets out of his chair, De Zerbi, when I've seen Marseille this season. And we've seen the highlights, Matty. We've seen some of the games. Yeah, he's always sat in his chair. That is a manager that's fully confident with what he's doing. Yeah, with Ancelotti. Ancelotti only gets out of his chair to put his hand on his hip, raise that eyebrow, and let him know, yeah, half time, you're fucked. Yeah, you better fucking score. Yeah, then he goes and sit back down. Yeah, managers that sit in their chair most of the time are confident in what they're doing on the training ground. The ones that are all doing all of this and trying to get the ball. We see him at the weekend. Yeah, Kenny, you were right in front of him. Yeah, right, he was right in front of you. Sorry, he was trying to get the ball, but the ball hit the ball that was on the cone. Yeah, and he went to try and get the ball.
One thing is, I did notice him and Odegaard coming up to the fans and doing like that to get us up. I did notice. Yeah.
No,
when you see Odegaard doing this, that's when he's trying to overcompensate for not producing.
Facts. They're all at it. They're all at it, bro. Yeah, you see Saka do it every now and again. Every now and again. Odegaard does it 3 or 4 times a game. It's embarrassing.
Apparently I've got my own ticket for Palace away. Apparently I'm near the front, near the players.
Oh, you're front row. If you're front row, tell them.
They don't be around me if they produce those performances that we saw in 2022 and 2017. Because I'll tell you one thing, right? I'm close to climbing over the hoardings and going in that dressing room and having words with you lot.
Do you know what's mad? Yeah, you've been Palace more times than I'll ever go. Yeah, right. But I've been row 1 at Palace before. Yeah, Kenny, you're literally fucking. You can touch the players, like literally. If you lean over the ad holding, you can literally touch the players when it's like throwing. Yeah, right? I swear down.
I always have this. I always tell people in advance. Every away game I go to, you don't want to be around me when we score because it's actually carnage. You get a lot. In fact, I'm surprised no one's been in the hospital with broken ribs and ripped necks when I'm around when we score.
Mate, I'll tell you something, yeah, they better fucking win these games. They better win these games. Big up to 55J as well. Big up to 4OGs, my favourite guys spitting facts. You guys are the safe space for fans like me. At least I'm not the only one thinking like this. Now, big up to you, bro. That's up for the kind words as well. And this is the thing, yeah. People say, oh, how does he get so many views? Why do so many people watch this wanker? Yeah, because you're not the only ones out there that have a thought process. Yeah, we all have our own thought process on our club. It's all of our club. We all support the club. Yeah. And not everyone's going to think, oh, it's so amazing that we've gone 5 years or 4.5 years without a trophy. Yeah, there's fucking hundreds of thousands of people out there that want this manager gone, mate. Hundreds of thousands of them.
There are. Yeah,
and it's only going to intensify if we drop the ball on Wednesday. Because the thing is, I don't think Arsenal fans know how serious this game is. There's actually quite a few high-profile fans going to this game. And so it'll be very interesting.
But it's the League Cup, though. It's the League Cup, though, Kenny. I thought it was beneath.
I'll say one thing, right? The players don't realise a good performance and a win would lift morale. It really would. That's how bad things are at the moment. Morale is really on the floor. You know, for people who are so behind this manager to go on their public platforms and say in unison, it's over. You name all the positive Gunners, and all of them think it's over, that we've got no chance of winning the league. And that's because they've seen us play live in the last two league games. And if we can't, like I said, take advantage of Liverpool slipping points, we've got a problem. And if we can't take advantage of Man City being atrocious, then there is even a bigger problem. Chelsea's just a fly in the ointment. But you can imagine if Chelsea did win the league or run Liverpool close and we're a few points behind Liverpool, I think we're going to see a lot of people phoning those helplines if Liverpool or Chelsea win the league.
Kenny, we've got some other issues too, and I brought this up.
Interlude. Sorry, I'll just read this out to you. Right, this is a guy. He's on Facebook all the time. Right.
Mm.
Sorry to interrupt.
No,
right. These are genuine comments. Jason Lee talking about Rashford will just be another Welbeck. Paul Awi.
Put some respect on my boy Welbeck's name.
He's actually right.
No, go on, Jez.
Did Mikel Arteta know what he's doing at all? If only this is true. This other guy, I can't pronounce his name, so I forget that one. Arsenal will never win a trophy with this manager because the club always rejects the love from the club. Another guy, Nigelo. Get this clown out of this club right now. He's never going to win anything. And it goes on. I want him to leave Arsenal so that the bench Martinelli, Rashford will never be effective at this club. Don't want him. Get him out. It goes on and it goes on and it goes on. Now, these are people that post on Facebook a lot, right? And you can see the attitude is now turning. And a lot of these people, guys, I can't pronounce the names, are from Africa, I guess, because I can't pronounce the names. Whereas it's always been, oh yeah, Arteta, yeah, and all this bullshit.
You see the same names, the same faces, the same profile pictures, and now they're all turning.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good. Yeah, we said, mate, could you imagine, sitting here 2 years ago when we were flying 8 points clear, going into a World Cup. Yeah, the World Cup started, exactly 2 years ago, Wednesday, I think. Yeah, this week anyway, 2 years ago. Could you imagine when we were 7-8 points clear, hearing boos at the Emirates? There's fucking boos at the weekend. 2 years. 2 years later, there's boos. Yeah, the worm's turned, mate. Yeah, the worm has turned.
At football clubs, it always does turn because, at the end of the day, ultimately, you accept, second best if it's a team that you genuinely believe you can't beat. But when it comes to a team, and I'm still surprised Liverpool are looked down on, but with Chelsea now in the mix, I think it's just too much to bear. But let's face it, the football's bad. It's so bad. Even you know why people have turned. We all thought, right, without Odegaard, we'll find it difficult to break teams down. and that's one reason why we're struggling. And they were, people were saying, "Oh yeah, it's the referees." Well, now Odegaard's back, we're still struggling, and now the referees have been giving us decisions, we're still struggling. So it's come to realization that this is going to be a long, long season. That it's so bad that you can't see a case for any improvements. You really can't.
You know what's concerning is that we've qualified in this Champions League, but do you realize that we could turn right around here, and because of the teams that's down at the bottom, we could very well be drawn and have to play Bayern Munich, have to play Dortmund, Athletic. This Girona game ain't gonna be no walk in the park, because a lot of our fans gonna think that's gonna be a walk in the park. But I'm here to tell you that's gonna be a rude awakening if you think you could just roll up on Girona and just
and they got nothing to lose as well.
No, because they're fucked. If they'll probably be out by then.
Yeah.
In fact, we might actually get a pass in that, because they might have got knocked out by then.
Yeah, so they may well say just, you know what, we'll just focus on domestic,
trying to get in back in Europe. Big up to Rants for the raid as well. Bless up to everyone who's raided from Rants' channel. Big up Rants, man. Tomorrow's show is going to be jokes. This joke is probably going to come with the goggles on again, the sunglasses, the cap, the cigar. Yeah,
Rants knows there's a long way to go, man. I think he's going to spend more time trying to cook you about us.
Yeah, that's because I fucking went on one because I knew we'd beat him, innit?
hey, let's not. It's also, you know what, that bad Manchester United are. They are still in. They got this cup, the Carabao Cup, and they got the FA Cup coming up. So those are two things that Amarin's gonna want to try to get something up under his jacket before the end of the year. So expect them to come hard, man. So.
Well, yeah, I think what's happening right now, if he saw the tapes of the Everton game, he'd be kicking himself for not having a go at us.
Yeah, and then I will give Amarin a shout out for this too, for sitting Rashford in that sorry ass Garnacho down yesterday.
Sorry, you say Liverpool's a salary injury from bottling, league, and Chelsea a Palmer injury. Well, we've got all our players fit, and we still can't capitalise where Liverpool drop points. And
we're one Saka injury away from finishing 10th.
Didn't they have the Jota was out when we played him? He was out. You know what? They didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
Chelsea, they had 4 players out yesterday. 4 or 5 out yesterday.
Neto was suspended. Felix was injured or suspended. Yeah, mate, they're chilling. Yeah, they're chilling.
We're not in a position. We're not playing well enough to take advantage of it. City have basically fallen off the wayside to the extent that they got one hand on the edge of the 20th floor, hanging on to dear life, and we're still not capitalized.
We are injury away from balling top 4.
Yeah,
we're one Saka injury away from finishing about 7th, mate. Yeah, let's be real with it. If you look at the Premier League table, I'm going to wrap this up because I've kept you guys for too long anyway. I appreciate it, man. But if you look at the Premier League table, where are we? I say, what have I done? Super sensitive. Right, smash these likes up as well, guys. Bless up to everyone who's locked in. Right, Premier League table, we're on 30 points. All right, 12th is 7 behind us. 7 behind us. Saka gets injured, then what? What? Man United at 8 behind. Yeah, I don't expect them to get above us, if I'm honest. Yeah, Man City could though if they get their act together. Forest are only 2 behind. Yeah. Aston Villa, they've been in a slump at the minute, but they've only got 1 win less than Arsenal. Yeah, Bournemouth have got a game in hand tonight if they win against West Ham at home. Yeah, I fully expect them to beat West Ham tonight, and that's probably the final nail in his coffin. They're only 3 behind us. Yeah, Fulham at 6.
He might go back to Wolves, Lopetegui. But oh no, he left Wolves because they sold their best players.
He's a fucking scrub, that Lopetegui, mate. He is fucking awful.
Hey, Gary Neal's not much far behind him.
Oh, but he was flavour of the month because he played nice football. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, piss off. Yeah, they need a proper manager in that West Ham and at Wolves. Yeah, but again, Wolves are a team that are just happy to be here. They're not gonna go. Apparently, they're linked to the Al Shabab manager. Yeah, he was Portuguese. Yeah, apparently, the deal's nearly done. He's got a buyout clause. Yeah, so which manager's realistic? Well, him. He's got a buyout clause. Go and get him. Yeah, and we know, mate, we were looking the other day, Botafogo's manager, he's just won the Libertadores, the first ever in their history, and he's just won their first league title in 29 years. He got the job this year.
Yeah.
He got the job in 2024. He just rocked up. Yeah, and he was Braga manager before that, and I'm pretty sure he won a trophy there as well.
You got 2 or 3 clubs there. Victoria, they're going to the Sudamericana. They just got up in the league. They just got to the league last year. They're in the Sudamericana. Bahia, the city is owned by Citigroup, team I support, by the way, in the Brazilian. They have secured qualification to for the I think it's the Sudamericana, one of those trophies there. But they're sitting up there, and these are teams that basically were afterthoughts the year before last. You put the proper people in the proper positions of football in a position they can do what they need to do and get the job done. It's just that simple.
Facts. And we're going to end on that comment. These fake fans who said trust the process have now realized there was never a process. Let me grab these super chats. We'll do the rounds and we'll redirect to the other channel for the watch alongs. In 20 minutes, Lazio play Inter. I'm doing that game. We'll get to see Nuno Tavares balling out.
I forgot he actually used to play for us.
Mate, he's been fucking unreal this season, mate. He's been brilliant. Honestly, we were sat there, mate, weren't we? We were watching the highlights of the Europa League. Yeah, just doing the rounds, watching all the highlights of the Europa League a few weeks back. It was like, who the fuck is that romping up and down the left wing? Who the hell is this? He's cooking everyone. And it zoomed in and it was like, that's Nuno Tavares. I was like, fuck off. Their manager came out and said, no. Because they got an obligation to buy him for 9 mil. They said, yo, anyone wants to buy him, 70 million. Yeah, well done, Edu. We sold him for 9 mil. 9 million euros.
Class.
Cheers, mate.
Classy Arsenal.
Yeah, classy Arsenal. The only classy team in the Premier League is fucking Liverpool. Let's just be real with it. They're the only classy team. Yeah, they're the only classy team. Yeah, they take every cup competition seriously. Yeah, and despite what people say about them, yeah, and their fans and all of that, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, they're classy, mate. Yeah, Jez, you was at Anfield. They clapped us out the fucking ground, mate. Yeah, that's class. Our fans wouldn't have clapped them out the ground. Yeah, oh no, we were robbed. We were robbed.
Cheated.
Yeah. This season,
Referees.
VAR.
It's Coots. It was Coots' fault. It was Coots.
Yeah, David Coote. Man City have been bad. Arsenal still bottles it. Facts, Cozzy. Yeah, but don't worry though, because this fan base, if we finish above Pep, it don't matter who wins the league. Don't matter as long as he's finished above Pep. Yeah, he finished 5th, mate, and Pep finished 6th.
That's the target.
He finished above Pep. Yeah,
that's not what I'm hearing.
We made Carl Walker block people on socials and made our club put out a statement about Walker. The criticism was calling him a terrorist defender, which is true. I see that, but some of the fucking pictures were crazy. I can't lie.
Walker, if he only had a sliding doors moment, eh? Only had that sliding doors moment.
Well, I don't know. He's got so much time on his hand. He's got about 9 kids, isn't he? Fucking hell,
know,
he's got fucking wifeys everywhere.
If only he had a sliding doors moment and he actually took his vow seriously, eh? He was still playing good football for his club. Oh well.
On that bombshell. Big up, Doc. I'm a Lazio fan. Arteta didn't know how to use Tavares. Lazio's new coach came from Hellas Verona. Spent no money and is fighting for a title, first in the Europa League and beat Napoli in the Cup.
Yeah, they are.
What phase is he in?
4 points away from. If they win today, they'll go to 3rd.
What phase is he in? Yeah. What phase is he in? What phase is Gasparini in? He's top of the table. He's top of the table. Just won the Europa League.
Go look at the Bundesliga table. Look at who's number 2 in the Bundesliga.
Did Bayern Munich win?
Yeah, they won this weekend. But
lucky bastards! They were losing as well.
Hey, Harry Kane might win a trophy, eh?
Yeah, they're 4 points clear. Yeah, Leverkusen. Hey, Frankfurt. Fucking hell! Look at Freiburg in 5th. Fucking Freiburg.
What phase is
crazy. Yeah, what phase is the Frankfurt manager in? Yeah, they're 3rd. Anyway, let's stop waffling.
Arsenal fans won't take Xabi Alonso at the club.
Oh no, he's not good looking enough, mate.
Wants to win too much.
Yeah. It's toxic, mate. It's toxic. Yeah, it's toxic. Yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, Anyway, yeah, Nuno Tavares has got a obligation, 9 million euros. Yeah, Sam Conga, on the other hand, is dog shit and has been dog shit most of the season, injured twice and 3 times already for Sevilla. And it's 12 million to buy him, which they won't. So he'll be coming back. And yeah, Bayern Munich lost.
Oh, they lost this weekend? Okay, I thought
they lost 2-1 to Mainz.
Wow, Mainz.
Otherwise, they could have been 7 clear. So yeah, they're 4 clear. But yeah, they might still bottle a title. Yeah, it'd be funny if you don't win nothing, wouldn't it? But anyway, this has been an epic show. 2 hours has flown past. Bless up, Jez, for your time. Kenny, Matty, obviously. Jez, shout your channel out, man. What you got coming up?
Yeah,
all their links as well.
Sorry, Arsenal history and more. Tomorrow night is the epic Christmas quiz show. Who can take Kenny's crown? There's a few coming on to take this. It's going to be a different one tomorrow, Kenny. It's going to be different. I don't think there's actually any Arsenal questions in this one, so it's going to be a bit. It's going to be a bit awkward. This one. It's going to be Premier League, Championship League, World Cup, and general.
Jez, I love the World Cup, so it's international football. So I fancy my chances when it's international football.
I thought rather than be all like a lot of Arsenal, I'll keep it like so people got a chance. I did that for young Jack, but young Jack may not be able to make it now, so I might have to change it again. So,
is the quiz is at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, isn't it?
6 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've got a big 6 o'clock quiz with you, 8 o'clock with Dane, and then Thursday 5 o'clock, isn't it? 5 o'clock Thursday.
5 o'clock is the weekly footy show.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
5 o'clock with you, and you and a new guest and Darren. So that's 5 o'clock Thursday, where we'll dissect the game with Wednesday night and what's coming up on Saturday and all that, blah, blah, blah. But as always, Lee, thank you for having me on, mate. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Matty,
thank you, mate.
Yesterday, thank you for that.
I watched that show. I watched that when I got in bed last night. I missed the last 20 minutes. I fell asleep because my mattress is too comfy. But that show was fire, mate. Yeah,
Appreciate
it. It was fire. Everyone just spitting facts on facts.
Me and Matty had a good conversation after. Actually, when the ball was stricken over the line from Diallo, Matty rang me immediately because I said in the WhatsApp group, I told you Man United would do it.
You did. They always find, but this is the thing, this is why I've been going in on Man United. And listen, fair play, they got to win, But Man City got everything they deserve. But this is why I've been going on at Man United, because their fans have gone like so fucking wild. Which is why I had to fucking stand on business when we played them, because I was like, you're still shit. But the fact that manager dropped Garnacho and Rashford and left them out the squad, that tells me straight away, they're serious. Yeah, they're serious.
Yeah, that's all you need.
They're serious.
There's some stuff to change right now.
He doesn't owe anything. They're not serial winners, so he doesn't owe them anything. He can rationalise and say, well, they got the last manager to sack, so they're not getting me to sack.
Yeah, no, facts. Matty, always appreciate your time, man. Yeah, and what you got coming up, Southern Guna, guys. If I can squeeze their links in the title, then I will. But they're pinned in the live chat, and the live, it'll replay the live, so you can just go to the live. Pinned comment is all of the guys' links. Kenny's Instagram's there as well. But what you got coming up, mate?
Yesterday, if you hadn't had a chance to go back and check out the podcast yesterday with Jez and the guys, we had a great time talking Arsenal yesterday. Wednesday, I'll be with you. And then on Friday, I'll be with Tony Clark, will be coming over. We'll be talking about these last few matches and getting ready for the Christmas fixtures, the holiday fixtures, and we got some serious business we got to get down to. It's gonna be otherwise we're gonna be in up Skid Row. So
yep, facts. Kenny, I know you love the Christmas fixtures, mate. It's the highlight of your year. What you got coming up, mate? Look at his face.
I hate the Christmas fixtures, by the way. They're a pain in the arse. But I've got Jez. I've got a football quiz with Jez at 6 o'clock. I've got Dan at 8 o'clock, and I've with Jez at 5 o'clock. And sandwich in between them is a fan cam. Hopefully, it'll be a situation where we've beaten Crystal Palace. We're in the semi-finals in the League Cup, and we have to wait until Thursday to find out who we're going to get, because I'm sure they're going to do the draw after Man United's game against Tottenham. Come United, thrash the Spurs. See, I said it. I hate Tottenham more than Man United.
I want Man United in that cup. If we get through, I want United again.
Yeah.
I want United again, please.
I just want Tottenham to lose every game.
Yeah,
That we all do, unless you over the Disney Channel.
Yeah,
Different.
yeah. Yeah, don't worry. They'll have the picture of the elephants holding hands again. Like, do you remember that?
Oh, God. Here we go again.
Big up Limade as well. Thierry Henry is talking facts right now about Arsenal on Sky Sports. Apparently, he said this before we wrap this up. I'm watching Henry analysing Arsenal game, and he said exactly what most people think here. Slow, predictable. Everyone expects Saka to do something, and it's easy to defend. Oh, my days. He's public enemy number one. Yeah, don't worry.
They'll take the statue down now. They'll take the statue down now.
Yeah, judges, troops, don't worry, man. You've had to deal with the heat for 48 hours. It's now Thierry Henry's turn.
Oh, don't worry. They'll probably turn on me now, innit? The attack ones.
The king has spoken. King TT. Listen, bless up. Make sure you follow all the guys. Big up to everyone who's tuned in. Epic show, man. It's gone over 2 hours, which is wild. I appreciate all three of you for the time. I'm back in literally 5 minutes, if that. I'm going for a bathroom break. Straight away, I'm going to go live for Lazio Internazionale Milano. See, Kenny taught me how to say that. And 15 minutes after that kicks off in 11 minutes. 15 minutes later, in 26 minutes, I'll be doing the Bournemouth West Ham game. So it'll be a double watch along, one on each monitor. And man, we'll see what occurs. But that'll be me done for the day. Tomorrow I'm back with Rants. He's going to be that's going to be hard work, that show, man. I swear. But anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. I've got to turn up, give it all the mouth. I've got to take the heat when it comes back the other way. So bless up. Spam the chat when you get to the other show. Lee reacts. Smash the likes up. Sub to the lads. Cronky out.
Arteta out, you prick.
You on borrowed time, Mikel?